Yes, we are, Amanda, and we are broadcasting live from Atchison, Kansas, here on the footprint of Atchison High School, home of the Phoenix, as we're just a little over 6 minutes until tip of our girls contest, as actually the JV boys game got over way ahead of schedule, and just for our sake of time, they're going to go ahead and just start the game well before 6 o'clock, and we certainly appreciate that, as it was about a 3.5-hour haul up north for us as we're up here in the Kansas City area. Isabel, Jack Leak, joined by Isabel Redford. Thank you for joining us, Grizzly Nation, for tonight's Tank Connection pregame show. Isabel, it's kind of hard to shake the boogers out of your eyes after a 3.5-hour car ride to get ready for a basketball game. But, you know, history has shown that we've had to do these things, whether it be sub-state or the regular season. So we're still ready to roll tonight.
Yeah, sure. Away games are definitely something that Labette County's had a lot of experience with this season, and so this wasn't definitely a little bit longer trek up north today, but definitely nothing that they are not used to and ready for.
As it's just kind of one of those games that will be good for you. It's a non-conference game, two good opponents.
Yeah.
The Atchison girls have struggled a little bit. For what it's worth, I guess if you want to word it that way, is the Atchison Lady Phoenix are 9-8 on the season. Your Labette County Lady Grizzlies are 7-10. Again, quality of opponents. I'm not sure. If I had to guess, I would say Atchison's strength of schedule is probably a little bit stronger up here in the metro area, the complexes of Kansas City, things like that. I'm not completely sure, not familiar with their conference, but if I had to guess, I would say that their schedule is probably a little bit stronger than ours and their division a little bit tougher. But these Lady Grizzlies are battle-tested, and they're ready to take on a tough road foe after a long drive. But Isabel, it's one of those games that's come at not really the most opportune time, I guess, if you're looking at it from a pessimistic standpoint, because both teams, Lady Grizzlies and the Guy Grizzlies, haven't really played the type of basketball that we expected them to be playing this time of the year. And now what? You got to get in the bus and go play Atchison? Are you kidding me? So how do you get out of bed this morning and play this team?
Yeah, it's definitely one of those things where you're not playing your best ball right now. You're kind of struggling to get something going. You've had some tough losses, tough matches, some good fought wins, though, so you can't be upset about that. But it's just one of those things where you don't see this game as just, oh, here we go, another road win, going to slug this one off and just hope for the best. Like, both of these teams need to – I know that the coaches have prepared them for it, but mentally as a player you got to, go, okay, I'm still going to treat this as it would be an SCK game or a league game where it's worth something or there's value to it, because this is really where you get better. You play a team you've never seen before. You really get to kind of try out your stuff, figure out. There's a little bit less as far as like outside emotion involved with the SEK play and all that stuff, and it's more of just we're coming to play basketball. Let's see how it works, and so it's just a good time to just get experience. So these ladies shouldn't take it for granted, and so hopefully we'll be able to pull out a good win tonight.
3:40 till tip from Atchison. You're listening to the Tank Connection pregame show of Grizzly basketball on 106.7 KLKC Parsons or KLKC Sports on YouTube. It looks like we do have a good internet connection here tonight from Atchison, so we thank all of our YouTube listeners, or viewers, as I should say, for joining us on that platform. Lady Grizzlies have lost 3 of their last 4 contests. Back on February 3rd is where that first loss came. It was at Independence, then you lose at Parsons. Both of those tough ones where they played well in stretches, but have just not gotten the better end of the deal. And the thing with the Lady Grizzlies, Isabel, you lose all your production from last season. The expectations are lowered coming into this year. After the first month of play, I think those expectations started to rise again. Like, hey, the ceiling of this Lady Grizzly team is actually pretty high for what we expected it to be. This team can compete at a high level. And I don't think they've had the fall off on the floor compared to the fall off they've had on paper. This team still competes at a high level. On the defensive end of the floor, I'm putting that defense up against anyone I've seen all year. Scoring has been hard, but I don't think this Lady Grizzlies team has had the fall off in terms of simple basketball play as our Guy Grizzlies had, who have really struggled recently.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those things you look at kind of, and as I've looked over previous box scores in different situations, and just basic stats for this team, like I've been impressed, and I definitely think there was that expectation that rose, especially early in the season, of like, okay, these ladies can compete, they can come out, and win ball games and have the tough matches. And you're exactly right, their defense is phenomenal. I'm not sure how it could get better because they do so well with that. But I do think you're right, though. The offensive production is where we struggle the most, and it's breaking down. We had a really difficult time breaking down the 2-3 zone, at Fort Scott.
Yeah.
And that was something Volmer mentioned in the postgame show, but something that I had kind of talked about pregame as something that they had struggled the first time they met him. And so it was just one of those things where different defenses that have been thrown at these Lady Grizzlies, as much as their defense has been a pest for other teams, they've struggled to score and to be able to really make the dent on the other end of the floor. So that's definitely something that is the biggest area of work right now for these Lady Grizzlies. I don't think there's much else as far as, what they're doing wrong. They're playing hard, like you mentioned, and all this stuff, but it's just one of those things where they're just going to have to continue to work and make the defense pay on the other end and turn into something good for them on the offensive side.
This Lady Phoenix team is 9-8 on the season. Labette is just 2 games behind them in the East Sub-State region, so this could swing a seed tonight. Should we win or lose, Lady Phoenix have won 4 of their last 5 games after starting the season 0-5. Warm-up buzzer sounds, referees nearing their positions in front of the score table. Starters taking their shooting shirts off, sitting upon the benches, padded in black, as we are behind the benches up at the top row of the quite smaller Atchison Gymnasium, a historic one, an older one at that. As 30 seconds and running, we're going to go ahead and take a 60-second timeout. I'm not sure when the anthem is going to come this evening. I'm going to try to talk a little bit longer and get a feel if they're going to play it now or later. It's not looking like they're going to play the anthem before the girls' game, Isabel. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I think we're going to be good to just introduce starters.
Okay, so let's do that. Let's just go ahead and jump right into it. Starters for Labette County are Ridley Lynn Cherney, Shelby Wilson, Audrey Dewey, Nevaeh Jones, and Kaiten O'Brien. And for the home team, Atchison, the Lady Phoenix will go down the line from which the young ladies are sitting upon the bench. It'll be number 10, Tyra Hayward. She's a junior. Number 12, Samara Downing, a sophomore.
Number 24.
Number 4, Antiel Snoddy, as she's somebody who we're going to have to look out for. She scores nearly 20 a game. Snoddy averages 19 points a game. She is a freshman, Isabel. A freshman averaging 19 points a game in the type of competition that this team faces. The last 2 starters for Atchison, number 11, Ariana Boldridge. She's a junior, and coming up the rear, number 30, Presley Simpson, who averages 12 points a game. She's a junior. So they have some heavy hitters. Not sure how deep they are. Never seen this team play a day in my life. But their top 2, and that, I'm assuming she's their point guard, Snoddy, averages 19 a game.
Yeah, that's definitely a big deal, as we've talked about people that can score, those high ranger points, or like the person I'm thinking,
Yarick?
Yes, sorry, I was like, what is
Fort
her
Scott?
name? Yeah, she's one of those, high-ranking players that scores a lot of points, and so if Snoddy can perform at that level, I mean, that's definitely someone the Lady Grizzlies are going to have to watch for.
Each team getting in one last huddle with their head coaches. Head coach for the Lady Phoenix, Nick Rebant. Head coach for your Lady Grizzlies, Brianna Vollmer. We're going to step aside for tonight's scene setter of Grizzly basketball, and we return. Tip-off will be underway.
Broadcasting live.
Meister for 3 in the lead! Yes!
From the studio of KLKC Parsons,
Wilson launches another 3, and it's pure for Shelby Wilson!
this is Grizzly basketball on 106.7 FM KLKC Parsons.
Unbelievable win! I cannot believe it! Is underway from Atchison, and nobody wins the tip, as both girls went to go try to get it, Hayward and Wilson, and they both just kind of biffed on the attempt, and we're going to try again. Now we're underway. Should have played the scene setter again. Here comes Atchison trying to back it down inside. They get it up in a quick whistle, and that's Snoddy, who's going to head to the line, averages 19 a game as a freshman, in case you missed that stat in our pregame show. And that's the first on Kaiten O'Brien. Snoddy rolls in the first free throw. And Isabel, that's one thing that we were talking about heading in. If there are a lot of fouls called, it's going to be a late night. Second free throw is missed by Snoddy. And here comes Labette County with attempt number 1 at the bucket. Labette County lets a three fly. O'Brien misses it deep, trying to get her own miss, and does. Left side, she's driving baseline, tries to give a one-arm flip to Ridley, and she can't find it. Turnover Grizzlies. Here comes Snoddy between the legs, dribbling with the right. They're trying to go inside, poked away by Wilson, picked up by O'Brien. Labette returns the favor. Here they come the other way. Labette in their road blacks, red numbers, gold trim. Nevaeh in the corner for three, off the glass, too strong. Wilson fighting and winning. Here's Dewey off the outlet, kick out Jones, and she traveled. She had an open three. That's about as wide open as you can get, and she didn't take it.
Yes, she had missed the first shot, or the first three that she attempted over in the far corner, so I think she just kind of second-guessed herself there a little bit and ended up with the travel.
Labette tries to double team. Snoddy for three, off the glass, left wing, it's good. As I'm assuming that's probably not why she averages 19 a game, because she banks in threes, but the freshman got fortunate there. Jones with the jump stop, Dewey off the feed. She'll drive, shoot, miss off the bottom of the backboard. Rebound Phoenix, and here comes Simpson. Long pass up ahead, Snoddy. Goodness, does she get touches? Reverse layup, missed. Two girls hit the deck, and a foul's called. Hayward's going to shoot two free throws off the putback.
As that's one thing I'm seeing pretty early here from Atchison, is they're not afraid of the contact, and they can shoot obviously outside, but they like being able to drive to the basket.
Hayward's first free throw hits the front of the rim, and the other three sides of it, and falls. 5-0 Atchison early. That foul's on Ridley Lynn Cherney, her first and the team's second of the ball game. Hayward's second free throw. She'll lean forward and can't wish it in. Rebound Ridley, short corner left side. Here's an outlet pass that's intercepted. Atchison already the other way. Snoddy with touch number 5 of the ball game. Here's a kick out. Pulling at hip level. Boldridge travels. Labette County's had a few attempts. Got a couple good shots, but other than that, it's just kind of been a little bit of forced things, potentially anticipating that your opponent is perhaps maybe way better than they might actually be. You know what I mean by that, Isabel? As here's a three-pointer in the corner. It's good by Nevaeh Jones. But have you ever, fallen victim to that?
Yeah, it's the concept of playing down to your opponent or just kind of trying to feel them out. You've never seen them before. You don't know who's good. You don't know who struggles. So it's just one of those things where you kind of play timid, or you try to force things that aren't there or that might be there. So, yeah, it's just kind of – I have a feeling the first half maybe a little bit of feeling each other out and kind of – and Atchison's at their home court, so they know, they're comfortable here.
Hayward fouled again underneath. That's on Nevaeh. And Hayward's first free throw is good. 2 for 3 from the stripe is the junior. Free throw number 2. It rattles home for Hayward. She's got 3. Snoddy has 4. It's 7-3 Atchison. Here comes Labette County dribbling into the heart of a trap, and a jump ball is called. Possession arrow Labette County. 3 Grizzlies set to check in. Landry O'Brien, Addison Rexwinkle, and Allie Martin get Ridley, Audrey, and Nevaeh. Atchison still picking them up in a full court press. Landry's played really good basketball after coming back from that injury on her left wrist. Here's a pass thrown away, and a foul on Atchison is called as bodies collide in midair. Simpson is whom that crime is going to be called upon. That's her first and the team's first of the game. 5:54 first quarter, 7-3 Atchison. O'Brien, running point guard, dribbling with the right paw, pounding it on the hardwood. Flips it right wing, Rexwinkle in front of the Phoenix bench. Headed up by Coach Rebant here on the near side. Labette County's working the floor left to right. Atchison the other way from our point of view. Dribble drive kick out. Rexwinkle wants to go inside, has it tipped away, stolen away. Atchison the other way, streaking this direction in their white jerseys. Euro step, Snoddy misses the lefty layup, and a jump ball's called. It'll stay with Atchison. As Landry was hanging with Hayward off the rebound, trying to rip it away, and she didn't have it tied up too long, and that ref came flying in, tooting his whistle multiple times, as maybe there's a different style of play up here in Kansas City, as referees are more used to maybe some rough and tumble things breaking out. I don't know, but I know back at home in the SEK it can get pretty rowdy anyways. As off the inbounds, I'm not sure who scored that, Isabel. Was it number 30? scored for Atchison. Timeout, Coach Vollmer. It's a 30-second timeout. Labette trailing 9-3 on the road, 5:13 to go in the opening quarter. We'll be back in 30 seconds on KLKC.
With many years of combined experience, Eye Care Associates of Parsons has set the framework in providing comprehensive eye health examinations for all ages and routine vision care for families throughout the four-state area. Our optometrists and staff provide remarkable care with state-of-the-art technology to help with diagnosis and management of eye health conditions. Give us a call or visit our website to schedule your next eye exam. Eye Care Associates of Parsons. Experience modern eye care.
9-3 Lady Phoenix leading the Lady Grizzlies of Labette County. Fresh out of the timeout. Labette's inbounds pass is tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with themselves. 5:08 first quarter. Jack Leak, Isabel Redford. As I haven't been necessarily blown away by this Atchison team. It's early, but Labette can certainly hang with them.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those things where, as I kind of was paying attention to Vollmer here in the timeout, is she just kind of kept telling her girls, we're just standing and watching. We're not moving, on either end of the floor right now. We're just kind of waiting for something to happen. And so hopefully that'll get them motivated here. But Labette County can definitely hang with this team. They're just not playing like it right now.
Landry's going to cradle, shoot with the right, and score with the right. A little kiss off the glass for Landry O'Brien. 9-5 the score. Successful possession out of their head coach's timeout. Here's a drive and jump stop, right elbow. Harassment taking place. She'll get it out. It was Hayward. 2-3 zone for Labette County put in place. 4:20 and counting. First quarter is underway. Here's a long floater off the glass. It's bricked. Rebound fought for, and it's won by Downing. Here's a poke, a steal. Caton O'Brien gives it to Landry. Up ahead, Euro. Reverse is missed. Tipped around, and a foul on Alley going the other way. Or was it on Atchison? Okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
I was going to say, I don't think they would have given that. Alley wasn't the one in position.
As that is on Allie Martin. That's the team's fourth, her first. Halfway mark, first quarter. It's a one-on-two situation. They'll push on it. Downing, a hook, missed underneath. Hayward, right block, loses it. Ball's on the deck. Martin snags it. Jump ball called in. This time it favors Labette County. Jaden Davis checks in alongside Nevaeh Jones for Labette. Those two get Addison Rexwinkle and Allie Martin. Full court press still in effect for Labette County. They play against it in practice every single day, as Coach Vollmer alluded to in our postgame show. Here's nice transition. And Wilson buries the 8-footer. That was a pretty sequence. I don't even know if we took a dribble, Isabel. Labette's within two.
I don't think we did either, and that was nice because we were able to move the ball very efficiently down the floor for that nice shot by Wilson.
Snoddy underneath, misses it. Hayward towering above the rest, lays it in.
And that's one thing we're not getting right now is those rebounds on the defensive end, and that's causing us a lot of second chance points for Atchison right now.
Hayward's got 5, and it goes off of a Phoenix player's foot, goes out of bounds on the far right side, so Labette will inbound in the corner, sometimes an awkward position to get it in, but they do. Landry O'Brien now deeper to the corner. Caton squares up from deep, misses left rim, rebound Atchison.
As that wasn't a terrible shot by Caton, just a little bit on the far left side of the rim there as it bounced off the front.
11-7 Atchison, 3:05 first quarter. Here's Atchison's second three attempt of the game. Their first was a banked-in make. This one's a miss, but an offensive rebound is snagged. Labette's having problems underneath. Wilson's posting up down there. They're going to go right at it again. Poked around, and they have to kick it out. Labette's at least clogging the paint and making it ugly for Atchison. Here's a long floater, bricked. Backside rebound, putback is finished by Hayward. Second chance points is what mutilated these Grizzlies on Tuesday, and it's doing it early again tonight.
Yeah, that's as I mentioned earlier, that's something that's just really just giving them fits right now, as they're not really crashing on their own end, but they're letting Atchison get way too many second chance points.
O'Brien, that's Caton, misses a floater, and then a steal in transition by Labette County. They're coming at it again. Landry puts up a floater, misses it in traffic. Long pass up ahead. This game's getting up and down. Snoddy, nice bounce pass, and the layup's good. That was pretty offense. Boldridge with the bucket.
Yeah, as they look really good running that kind of transition offense, kind of the cherry picking that they're doing right now. It looks like they've definitely practiced that.
Davis posting for Labette County. Landry fading, missing, but a foul called on the floor before the shot. As 2 Grizzlies check in, Ridley Lynn Cherney and Audrey Dewey get Jaden Davis and Shelby Wilson. And a couple new Lady Phoenix check in. That's Kaya Downing, a freshman, as well as number 13, Majay Stoves. As I got a clarification on how to pronounce her first name, and I was trying to remember what the young man told me. Majay Stoves, a sophomore. 1:57 first quarter, Atchison 15, Labette County 7. As they're discussing something here, is perhaps Kaya Downing wasn't in the book or something, or maybe there's an equipment issue, as Downing is heading back to the locker room, and she's quickly replaced by Holly Banks, a sophomore for Atchison. So I would assume when Kaya Downing gets back, she'll be in, as she took her glasses off as she was heading to the locker room. Here's a little drive off the inbound for Nevaeh, and a travel on Jones, turnover Labette County.
That's just unfortunate, as you can't have those turnover situations like that repeatedly.
No, you cannot, not on the road. Here comes Atchison up 8, looking to go up double digits on this time around. Minute 45, 6 total fouls called, 4 on Labette, 2 on Atchison. Left wing, they've got it, now they're flinging it. Top of the key, they're going to give it, it's Banks. Labette back in a man-to-man, holding it high above her head firmly, deep left side for Atchison is Stoves. His ball's whipped, free throw line right in the middle of it. Now they'll kick it out beyond the arc once again. Very patient offense, Atchison runs. Labette loves to get up and down. Atchison, not as much, at least on the offensive end, as we have a timeout. Coach Rebant, it's a 30-second break. It's the second timeout of the game, and we'll be back in 30 seconds on KLKC Parsons.
V93.5 is your home for the best variety of the 80s, 90s, and today. Get your day started with the Anna and Raven Morning Show. You're the judge during couples court. The couple share their disagreement, and then you decide who's right. Think you know pop culture trivia? It could pay off, and you score the cash jackpot when you play Can't Beat Raven. Krause in the House gets you home every weekday afternoon starting at 2. Stream us anytime, anywhere at KLKCradio.com.
Labette County with the basketball, as just after the timeout, quickly, we couldn't quite catch it coming back from break, happened fast. It was Presley Simpson scoring a little right-hand runner for Atchison, and then on this end, Landry O'Brien misses a corner 3, but Labette will maintain possession inbounding off the tip ball underneath their own rim. Landry checks out. Here's a set play. O'Brien in the corner for 3. It's bottoms for Caton O'Brien. Labette back within 7.
As it feels like Coach Fulmer's continuing to encourage her girls to shoot from beyond the arc, as we've had a lot of three-pointers put up early in this first quarter. And we're starting to see that pay off there with the shot from O'Brien.
17-10 Atchison, 26 seconds first quarter. Nice hands from Nevaeh Jones. Skip pass right wing deep. Snoddy takes it deep 3, misses. Tipped around, rebound Atchison. Labette County gives up a lot of offensive rebounds, and the putback is good. An impressive runner from Stoves. 4 seconds to go. Dewey with it. Kicks it out. O'Brien. Quick trigger. Air ball short. Labette County again. Offensive rebounds and second chance points has been the story of this 9-point deficit in which we hold underneath the nose of the Lady Phoenix of Atchison. 19-10 Labette down. Second quarter coming up in 60 seconds. This is Grizzly basketball on KLKC.
My name is Bria, and I'm a pharmacist at Bowen Pharmacy. I'm here today to tell you about one of our patient programs, Meds to Beds. Bowen Pharmacy South is located in the medical office building at Labette Health. Our staff works closely with the doctors, nurses, and social care workers to ensure that your transition out of the hospital is an easier and more convenient experience for you and your loved ones. If If you are having inpatient or outpatient surgery, we will get your medications directly from your doctor and deliver them right to your hospital bed. If you are having a baby, we will get your medications or anything else that you may need to get your family home without the hassle of making several stops along the way. Whether you're here for a few hours or a few days, we are here at Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South to help get you well without any interruption in transition of care. Just ask for Meds to Beds. At Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South, we are here for you today and we are here for you tomorrow.
Running out of the end of the first quarter, 19-10. Atchison leads Labette. A quick three in the corner is perfect from Holly Banks, who's limping back the other direction.
Yeah, that's never a good thing to see whenever you put up a three-pointer like that.
Steele, Atchison the other way. It's Snoddy laying it in for two, and just like that, Atchison up 13 and comfortably in front.
Yeah, as they just look like they're fully in control of this ball game right now, as they've had no problem giving Labette County fits.
As Coach Vollmer is forced to call a timeout, it's a full timeout. It's 60 seconds. We'll keep it here and thank Labette Health for allowing our trip and broadcast to Atchison to take place. Invite you to stay tuned for our eye care associates of Parsons, Dr. Gilmore, Newland, and Ray. Halftime show coming up at the end of the second quarter, and a few other sponsors we would like to thank include the following.
Other sponsors for tonight's game include Labette Community College, Forbes Hoffman Funeral Home, Clemens Insurance Agency, Labette Health, Woodworth Enterprises, Herman Lumber, Carson Wall Funeral Homes, Commercial Bank, Eye Care Associates of Parsons, Labette Bank, the Bartlett Co-op, Labette Center for Mental Health Services, Community National Bank, Tank Connection, Wood Insurance Center, the Unified School District of USD 506, the Corner Store of Altamont, Day and Zimmerman, and SEK Orthopedic.
Big thank you to all of our sponsors for allowing us to bring Labette County Grizzly basketball into your living rooms and or vehicles, wherever you may be listening. And a shout out to Wayne Gilmore, the head of KLKC back in Parsons. We thank you so much, my friend, for allowing us to wear these headsets and have a good time a couple nights a week. Labette County out of the timeout from their head coach with the basketball, Landry O'Brien. Left wing well beyond the arc is pushed, and a foul is called on Atchison. That's going to go, is that a new Phoenix in the game? I think it is, yeah. Zayana Seymour, a sophomore, picking up her first foul of the game. Each team with 4 team fouls now. Just 45 seconds into the second quarter are we. Ridley catches it in the corner. A set play for Wilson. Now a dump down. Lynn Cherney kick out Nevaeh. Quick trigger right wing three. Off the mark. Rebound Ridley. She'll have to kick it out. Caton with it. She'll Euro step, and they're going to call that a travel, as that's a move that she makes a lot.
Yes.
And not all referee crews officiate differently, and this one, it's not going to look like they're going to tolerate that Euro step that she likes to do.
Yeah, they've been very quick to call the travels and the jump balls, whereas sometimes the referees down in the SEK League will be more quick to call a foul in those instances. So, yeah, just something they're having to adjust to, because you're right, that is a move she makes pretty frequently.
As she threw her hands up after the whistle was blown, that's muscle memory for her.
Yeah.
Seymour hits the deck. Here's an air ball jumper from Snoddy and a foul on Seymour quickly after the Shelby Wilson rebound. As Isabel and I went to the Footloose High School musical last night there in Harrison.
We did.
In Altamont, and Shelby Wilson did an outstanding job, as did, there were a lot of athletes up there acting and a lot of fantastic young men and women putting on an amazing display. We were absolutely blown away. Miss Wilson, Coach Wilson tonight, Heather Wilson, is just about as good as it gets in that theatrical producing. Three-pointers missed by O'Brien, and the rebounds fought for, and a foul is called on Atchison. But did you have a good time last night, Isabel?
I sure did. I love musicals, and theater is kind of a secret passion of mine, so I really enjoyed it. So if you guys are out and about around tomorrow night, they have their last running of it at 7 p.m., so be sure to go out and check them out.
Labette County inbounds it, 6:15 second quarter, Atchison by 13. Lynn Cherney has her pass stripped and then gets it right back. A jump ball's whistled in, and it'll stay here with your Grizzlies. Nice job by Ridley for earning her team another possession. Addison checks in for Nevaeh.
No, she didn't even realize that she they had won the jump possession on that turn, and she was ready to go back and down and play defense. So good effort all around there by Ridley.
Atchison runs a 2-3 zone off the inbounds. None of them move. Now they get it in, and they begin to shift. Caton, short corner bounce pass. Lynn Cherney in the heart of the D, has it stripped. A block, rather. Long pass up ahead for Atchison. They like to run. A layup missed, in and out for the Phoenix, and here comes Labette looking to capitalize upon the Atchison mistake.
Yeah, as they got lucky there.
Landry's three is blocked. Rebounded by Snoddy, and here she comes the other way. She has 6 points this evening. A dump down is tipped by Wilson, stolen backside Landry. Shelby Wilson has really matured as a post presence on the defensive end for Labette County. Landry wants another three left wing, airballs it right to Rexwinkle, who scores. We'll go ahead and give you an assist for that, Landry, as that is Labette's first bucket of the second quarter.
Yeah, she just kind of did what Atchison's been doing to us all night, is she just crashed the boards right there and got in position for that easy putback.
23-12 Atchison, but they run nice offense and score a bucket of their own. Downing with her 4th point of the game. That's Samara Downing. 5-minute mark has been surpassed. 25-12 Atchison. One more foul and Labette's shooting free throws. Here's Landry, up, under, misses, hits the deck and stays there for a moment. A little slow to get up, but not because of pain, thankfully, or an injury. Atchison quickly scores at the other end. They are a blur. Those white jerseys are hard to rest your eyes upon as they're streaking up and down awful quick, Isabel.
Yeah, as you can just tell that they're just continuing to be aggressive and just they're doing a great job of sucking the defense off their man, but when they get the steal and the fast break, they've always got somebody that's kind of running up ahead or there for that kind of perfect pass play. So they're doing a great job with that right now.
Samara Downing again on the bucket, and that was a foul going the other way. I thought I was going to have more time to talk because I thought that was on Atchison and Wilson was going to be shooting free throws, but I think that was an offensive foul on Shelby. It was her first and the team's 5th. A few Grizzlies check in. I'll name all 5 on the floor for you. Aubrey Boss, Kinsley Boss, Caton O'Brien, Nevaeh Jones, and Addison Rexwinkle. Not as many subs, at least in the loads that in which Vollmer sends them in, but Coach Rebant's team has stayed somewhat shallow here this evening. They're going to try to dump it down again, nearly throw it away. Snoddy saves the day. A little Euro short corner, and a travel is called. As man, I'm telling you, these look like clean Euros, but this ref crew,
they don't like the Euro.
They're not liking it. They're not liking it. 15-point Atchison lead. It feels like Labette could be in this one, though, Isabel.
They really do. It's just they've just played poorly here in the first quarter.
Nevaeh on the block, pivots a few times and throws it away. Snoddy, lightning quick, scores with the left, and she's up to 8 points. Caton O'Brien the other direction, picks up her dribble, punches a hole in the Atchison D to Aubrey Boss, and then a travel on Nevaeh Jones is called. And I don't know if this will put demons in our minds going back to the SEK next week, thinking that we can't Euro, we can't stutter step.
Yeah.
But these might be travels, but if they're not called at home, it doesn't matter if it's a travel or not, if that makes sense.
Exactly.
Here's Atchison missing a layup, and Labette rebounds coming the other way. Here's O'Brien, and she's rejected out of bounds. She tried to switch to her offhand, and Snoddy wasn't having it.
Yeah, she has just been a defensive nightmare for these Lady Grizzlies as she's played the top of that zone and been able to get a lot of steals here early.
They get it into Kinsley Boss, fronted and backed. She gets it to Caton O'Brien, thankfully far side. 3:15 second quarter, Atchison by 17. Right wing, Kinsley Boss looking for her sister. She'll penetrate just a touch. Dish out Rexwinkle, skip past Jones, gives a shake, tucks it down, drives, and it's thrown away into the arms of Downing for Atchison, but unfortunately, or I guess fortunately, she was on the bench as Labette just kind of tossed it away. Phoenix with the ball up 17. 3 minutes. Snoddy from the free throw line scores, as it wasn't a pretty shot, as she would even tell you that. She banked it in hard and kind of grimaced, but smiled on her way back. Caton O'Brien looking to answer, and does from the three-point line. Caton O'Brien with a 3. Timeout, Coach Rebant. Labette County down 31-15. We'll be back in 60 seconds. This is Grizzly basketball on KLKC.
My name is Bria and I'm a pharmacist at Bowen Pharmacy. I'm here today to tell you about one of our patient programs, Meds to Beds. Bowen Pharmacy South is located in the medical office building at Labette Health. Our staff works closely with the doctors, nurses, and social care workers to ensure that your transition out of the hospital is an easier and more convenient experience for you and your loved ones. If you are having inpatient or outpatient surgery, we will get your medications directly from your doctor and deliver them right to your hospital bed. If you are having a baby, we will get your medications or anything else that you may need to get your family home without the hassle of making several stops along the way. Whether you're here for a few hours or a few days, we are here at Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South to help get you well without any interruption in transition of care. Just ask for Meds to Beds. At Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South, we are here for you today and we are here for you tomorrow.
Welcome back to Atchison, Grizzly fans. 31-15 advantage Atchison, and a quick travel out of the Coach Rebant timeout. That'll go upon the shoulders of Boldridge. It's the first words out of the coach of Atchison when he called that full timeout was, "That is unacceptable." I don't know if he's referring to leaving Caton open for three at the top of the key or what, but his team's really played a lot better in this second quarter. Caton misses a floater, rebound Atchison. Here they come the other direction. Back in the game is Hayward. She had 7 points in the first quarter and really hasn't played much since, but making a three-pointer is Simpson to give Atchison a 19-point lead. Rexwinkle in the left corner launches a three of her own and scores. She's so good at following her shot, sometimes I think she thinks she misses it really bad and is trying to go get it.
Yeah, it always kind of seems like she panics there, but she just is so intent on getting a rebound if she does miss. So, yeah, it's just kind of funny because I'm always like, did she make it?
Atchison misses, and Labette County streaks the other way, and a steal is pulled down by Hayward, but she traveled shortly after. Possession stays with the Grizzlies. Caton O'Brien getting a well-earned break, as is Aubrey Boss. Back in the game, it didn't take long for Coach Rebant to send her back in. That's their leading scorer. And Till Snoddy. In the game for Atchison is Kaya Downing. As she was going to come in earlier, but the ref stopped play and sent her to the locker room. I don't know if it was something with her glasses, her jersey, or what, but she is back in the game for good now. Minute 35, first half, 34-18 Atchison. Labette working it around the horn. They're wanting to go to the right side, and they do. Looking to post up Wilson. Wilson working on Downing, comes to the top to set a screen. Labette doesn't want to use it, still working it. Passing the ball, passing it. Minute 15 now. Nevea holding it high, pulls it belly button level. Euro step floater, high off the glass is missed, didn't hit anything. Wilson tried to strip it from the grasp of Simpson, but could not do so. Snoddy pounding with the left paw. Drives it deep enough to get the defender off of her teammate, gives it to her, and it's stolen away. Rexwinkle, it's off of a Grizzly as they just couldn't maintain the rebound. It'll stay with Atchison.
Yes, Lady Grizzlies did a better job posting up that time. Just unfortunate that it didn't end up their way.
Simpson penetrates with one dribble and kicks it out. Short corner. With the basketball is Kira Duncan, a freshman in the game for the first time tonight. 43 seconds to go. Left arm pass. Flipped inside to Samara Downing. Left hand hook is missed. Labette can have the last shot of the half if they want it. They're going to go for more blood. Up ahead, Jones short corner. Ball reversal. Dewey calling for it as Rexwinkle won't get it far corner. Jones will settle. 25 seconds in the half. Kinsley Boss posting up firmly on that low right block painted in red. Here's a cut. Wilson deep, defended by Downing. Bounce past Kinsley. Kick out Nevea. Gets her man to bite. Drive. Short corner jumper. Hit the front of the rim and misses. Rebound Downing, who throws some bows. Not intentionally. Oh, he does call it. He does call it. As I was trying to give her the benefit of the doubt, as she certainly aggressively whipped those bows. And the ref did agree with my initial statement, and he called it. As I don't know if that goes down as a foul or just an unsportsmanlike move because they've yet to, he never signaled in a foul. Now he might.
Yeah, he's like, oh, wait, here's what I have to do.
Or maybe he's just talking to the scores table. As I'm kind of curious to see a violation.
So not a foul, just.
Because Labette would be shooting free throws if it was. Or I guess it was an offensive foul. They might not be. 9.9 on the clock. Labette gets it in. A little scum there as Dewey shoots and gets the bucket plus the foul. A nice capitalization to the mistake made by Atchison in the closing seconds of the second quarter.
As I think Volmar was confused on the foul call as well, as she was asking somebody in the stands what the situation was about.
Dewey converts the three-point play, but Atchison and Snoddy still have 5 seconds to work. Here's a dump down, tipped away by Kinsley Boss, and that'll save an Atchison bucket from going through the nylon to end the second quarter. A nice way to finish the second quarter from Our Lady Grizzlies. At the end of the first half from Atchison, Labette still within striking distance. 34-21, they trail the Phoenix. We will be back in 3 minutes with the Eye Care Associates of Parsons halftime show. Associates of Parsons, Drs. Gilmore, Newland, and Ray. Halftime show here on 106.7 KLKC on the radio or KLKC Sports on YouTube. Jack Leake with Isabel Redford at the break. Labette County trails the Lady Phoenix of Atchison 34-21. Isabel, break down what you've seen. Labette County is, or there towards the end, I guess I should say, got a nice three-point play from Audrey Dewey to keep themselves in a respectable position, but for a while it was looking a little bit dangerous.
Yeah, it definitely was one of those things where it was scary at first because they kind of had a slow start. It was really, they just gave up a lot of easy buckets. They had a lot of turnovers that shouldn't have been happening. So it was definitely something that I was kind of worried about because I was like, man, Atchison's going to run away with this game. However, they slowly have kind of started clawing their way back. You know, they're kind of getting Atchison pushed on their heels a little bit and finally starting to get some breathing room and being able to do what they want. But they're going to have to continue to do that. I mean, when you're down 13 now at half, I mean, it's something where it's not necessarily a close game where it's 6 or 4 or 2, you know, a 2-point deficit. You have to really battle back here in the second half. And so it'll just be interesting to see, you know, how Coach Vollmer walks her team through the locker room at halftime and what she encourages them to do moving forward, because they're definitely going to have to move, you know, from the second that the whistle blows in the second half.
I don't know if it's just because I like to be repetitive or we're in these situations a lot, but this is about that type of lead where you can say this statement. If in the first however many minutes, if the first half of the third quarter, the lead for Atchison goes to 18, ball game, it's over.
Yeah.
If it goes from 13 and goes down 5-8, game on. So the first 4 minutes of that third quarter is going to tell a lot of the tale. But Labette County, you can count on that defense. And, you know, the way that Atchison's been playing, you can adjust to. They haven't just eaten us alive, per se. They haven't just gone, okay, we're going to give it to this player who's better than your player and just score every time. It's been a little bit of everything. They've scored in transition. They've gotten a couple fortunate banked shots to go, as actually both of them were made by Snoddy, who has 10 points for Atchison. She banked in their first three-point attempt of the game and shot one from the right elbow that banked in firmly, and even she kind of made a funny face after it went in. So they've had a few, and we have too, but Atchison's definitely not scored in the prettiest and most dominant fashion as the scoreboard might entail. So I like Labette County's ability to be able to adjust inside the locker room and come back and be able to shut down Atchison a little bit better on the offensive end. Leading scores for both teams, we'll start with Labette County. Kaiten O'Brien has 6, 2 3-pointers to give her 6 points. Addison Rexwinkle has 5. She made a 3-pointer in the second quarter. Landry O'Brien has 2. Audrey Dewey had that big 3-point play after Simpson, or no, it wasn't Simpson, it was Downing. Kaya Downing for Atchison was called for an elbow violation, and Audrey Dewey was able to capitalize upon the entry pass. Shelby Wilson has 2, and Nevaeh Jones has 3. For Atchison, 7 different scores for the Lady Phoenix. Hayward has 7. She did not score in the second quarter. If I had to pick a player who was probably the most dominant, just man-on-man for Atchison, I would pick Hayward. As in that first quarter, they were just going right to her on that right block, and she was either missing and getting her own miss and put back or scoring on the initial hook. But she was not in the game a lot of that second quarter for some reason. Banks has 3, Simpson has 5, Boldridge has 2, and Snoddy, who averages 19 as a freshman, has 10, halfway there. Samara Downing has 6, and Stoves has 2. At the end of the first quarter, it was Atchison 19, Labette County 10, and Labette County was outscored by Atchison 16-11 in that second quarter. To give you our score, Atchison 34, Labette County 21. 2.5 minutes until the beginning of the third quarter. You've been listening to the Eye Care Associates of Parsons, Drs. Gilmore, Newland, and Ray halftime show of Lady Grizzly basketball. This is 106.7 KLKC. We'll be back in 2 minutes with the third quarter. third quarter clock is ticking here inside Atchison High School. Jack Leak with Isabel Redford and Lucas Hayward on the KLKC Sports YouTube live stream. Atchison will open with possession here in the third quarter with a 13-point lead over Labette County. A left-hand running floater is good from Snoddy, and she's at a dozen.
As I'm not surprised we'll see more from her this second half, as she's such a dominant player, as she steals it from Audrey Dewey, dribbles down to the other end of the floor and banks it, as that allowed 4 quick points to her scoring total here tonight.
14 for Snoddy. She's already on a 4-0 run in the first 45 seconds of quarter number 3. No, go ahead, Isabel. I was just going to give a score update.
Oh, you're good. I was just going to say, you were talking about in halftime, just, kind of the scoring swing and what Labette County'd have to do to get this game within fighting distance, but so far they're losing that battle.
As Nevaeh Jones is fouled by Atchison, harassing her at the left elbow on the floor. Labette's on the left side this quarter. Atchison working the floor left to right. In Parsons, the Lady Vikes trail the Lady Bulldogs of Independence 17-26 in the second quarter. Just to give those SEK fans an update, we know you all are. Here's Dewey driving, tries to dish it across the paint to Ridley, and referee says black ball. That is your Labette County Grizzlies. They'll inbound underneath. Kaiten O'Brien, the inbounder, throws it over the top to Ridley, leaves the ground to get it, comes back down, has her hook shot blocked, but Wilson gets it, loses it off of her foot, and it's picked up by the Phoenix, and here they come the other way with Simpson. They go right inside to Hayward. She'll turn, shoot, miss, rebound fought for, and Wilson wins it. 6:30, third quarter, Labette down 17. O'Brien, left wing three, good! Kaiten O'Brien hits her third 3 of the game. She's at 9 points, and Labette is back to a 14-point deficit.
Because that was just a pretty shot from O'Brien, as she was just left wide open, and so, of course, why wouldn't you take that shot?
O'Brien defending the ball in the corner, and Atchison gets out of it. Samara Downing, dribble handoff. Simpson for 3, bricks it right side, and a foul going the other way on Atchison. That's called on Samara Downing. That's her second and the team's second of the half. Landry O'Brien checks in for Nevaeh Jones, and Addison Rexwinkle checks in for Audrey Dewey. O'Brien crosses the red half-court stripe, and they throw it inside. Here's a kick out. O'Brien, her 4th 3 of the game, short. Oh, you thought it was going to fall, but rebound Shelby backside. Labette with another try. Kaiten gets it, puts it on the hardwood. Shot off the glass is good. Kaiten O'Brien in takeover mode. She's at 11.
Because that was just a good dribble drive all the way to the basket.
A 3-pointer from Snoddy, no good, and a foul on Shelby.
I have no idea what that was.
Hold on.
What?
I thought he called it on Shelby Wilson. Yeah. I don't know why Atchison started running the other way.
I don't either.
As if the foul was on them. As that's why I was confused. Shelby even was, after the whistle was blown, she knew it was on her, but Atchison jogs back to play defense.
So I think there was 2 things that happened there. It hit the cord that holds the basketball over the gym, so that's what they were signaling. But then Shelby also had a foul in the process, so it was just a confusion of what everything meant.
The foul was on Shelby, but the 3-pointer that was missed by Atchison hit the back of the rim, went high, as Isabel said, and hit the cord, suspending the hoop above the hardwood, and that can't happen. So it's Labette County's ball. That basically means that the ball went out of bounds, out of play, turnover. So Labette County has it, down 12. 5:15 third quarter. They go right in the heart of the D. A nice kick out. Rexwinkle with a big 3, front of the rim, and it dies. Rebound Simpson.
As that would have been huge. You'd love to have seen that one gone in, but just means they have to come back down here and get another defensive stop.
Snoddy with her heels near the half-court line, infiltrates the defense. They throw it inside. Loose ball tipped around, kicks it back out to the freshman. Step back three. She's a lefty. Misses it deep. Nice rebound by Landry. Long pass. Caton across half court. 3-on-2 Euro fader. She's fouled and will shoot two.
As that almost went in, as I thought she might get the and one, as it just almost went in over the front of the rim, but then just fell off the right side.
That's what amazes me about Caton is she could have 5 players on her and somehow get up a shot that might go.
Yeah.
She misses the first free throw, one more to come. Aubrey Boss checks in for Ridley Lynn Cherney. Caton's second free throw is nothing but net. She's got all 6 of Labette County's third quarter points. .436 third quarter, 38-27 Atchison in the game for the Lady Phoenix. Stoves, the sophomore, back in the ball game for Boldridge. Here's a layup, missed. Rebound tipped by Boss, picked up Rexwinkle. Labette only down 11 and with a chance. They go inside. Boss, one dribble and a kick. That's been a popular impact. What a bounce pass! O'Brien finds Boss on the right block. Caton O'Brien doing it all. Labette County within 9. Timeout Atchison. 4-12 third quarter. Labette County rolling in the third quarter up north. We'll be back in 30 seconds on KLKC.
Everybody is different. Some get injured, while others simply wear down. Whether it's on the court, on the field, or at the gym, Labette Health's orthopedic and sports medicine team has the training and skill to repair, restore, and renew. We share the same goal, and together we'll write your comeback story. For more information about Southeast Kansas' leading orthopedic and sports medicine team, go to labettehealth.com.
She's definitely energized their team as she's just continuing to kind of provide that spark as far as, you know, making the three-pointer, getting the dribble drive successfully. And those little things add up, you know, eventually it becomes something that your team goes, oh, yeah, we can do this. Let's keep going. Let's make those plays. And so we're slowly seeing that just kind of just transfer to all the other teammates, and we're seeing just a lot more production from all the Lady Grizzlies now.
Atchison led by 13 at the break. Here's Simpson with the left-hand runner, and it's good off of the glass. She's got 7, and then Labette has a jump ball forced upon them off the inbound. Atchison back in that press. Possession stays with LC, so they'll get it back down 11. Rexwinkle throws it in. All 10 players on this side of half court. Now they settle as Labette skip passes up ahead to Caton, defended by Snoddy. Puts it on the floor with the left and a runner. As that's not a travel.
Yeah,
that's
I don't agree with that call.
That is not a travel.
She took 3 steps and shot.
They've called it all night. She's been doing that since December 3rd up in Bonner.
Yep.
3:38 third quarter, as maybe refs just aren't used to someone taking a Euro step from 15 feet beyond the basket, as Simpson buries a three-pointer from beyond the arc as she's at 10. And beyond the arc is usually where three-pointers are made. Caton has a short corner shot blocked, wanted a foul, doesn't get it. They're letting them play on this sequence. Snoddy pass, tipped out by Landry. Nice recovery defense from O'Brien. Kinsley Boss checks in for Shelby Wilson.
Yeah, that could have been an easy 2 points for Atchison there, but good effort on the back end to hit that out of bounds last minute.
43-29 Atchison, 3:10 third quarter. Simpson drives, loose ball, picked up by the Phoenix. Ball still beyond the arc. They're playing 3 out, 2 in. Here's Hayward, right elbow, one dribble kick, a skip pass from Snoddy. Far side, it'll go Stoves. Simpson's played a little bit better in the recent minutes for Atchison. She's on a 5-0 run herself. And 3-second violation or a foul on Atchison. It'll be Labette County ball. I think it was 3 seconds. No foul was called. Labette has the ball back. O'Brien running point. Spins left to right, gives it to her sister Landry. 2:30 in the third quarter. She'll drive, gets in between all defenders and scores. Landry O'Brien getting downhill.
That was just a perfect textbook dribble drive from Landry.
Simpson with another three. This one short. Rebound Labette. They're running. Trying to give Atchison a taste of their own medicine. Aubrey Boss deep. Kicks it out. What a nice skip. Landry denies the three. Bounce pass. Boss underneath. Layup is missed, but her sister's there for the putback. That's what they were born to do. Sister to sister.
As that was just a perfect example of what second chance points can do for you, as that was just a great effort there by Labette County.
Snoddy trying to drive. Misses a fader. Rebound Rexwinkle. It's a 10-point Atchison lead. Long pass O'Brien, jab step, gets her man to bite. Another beautiful dish, and it's scored by Aubrey Boss. Timeout, Coach Rebant of Atchison once again. Labette County getting up and down in Atchison. We'll be back in 30 seconds on KLKC.
My name is Bria, and I'm a pharmacist.
Everybody is different. Some get injured, while others simply wear down. Whether it's on the court, on the field, or at the gym, Labette Health's orthopedic and sports medicine team has the training and skill to repair, restore, and renew. We share the same goal, and together we'll write your comeback story. For more information about Southeast Kansas' leading orthopedic and sports medicine team, go to labettehealth.com.
Labette County's outscored Atchison 14-9 in this third quarter. Kaiten O'Brien, a big-time part of that, as she has 6, but has assisted on 4 other points. Landry gets her hands in there, steals it from Snoddy, and it's poked out in transition, or pardon me, that's Stoves, not Snoddy. But Landry O'Brien saves another possession for Labette County, but this time flipping the script and stealing it away. This is a ball game. Kaiten O'Brien inbounds it. Boss underneath is rejected. Gets her own miss, wants to clear, and chucks it. Landry runs it down. She's going to try again. Labette's got numbers. She penetrates. Bounce pass. Boss wasn't ready. Gives it. Short corner. And here is 3 seconds in the lane called in, as it was getting ready to be an Atchison steal and run out anyways, so that saved Labette County.
Yeah, it definitely could have been a lot worse there, so a 3-second call isn't a bad thing in this situation.
In for Atchison, Kira Duncan, freshman back in. Saw her briefly early in the first half. 60 seconds and counting, third quarter, 43-35, Lady Phoenix. Duncan in the corner, defended by Landry. Wanting to be active with her hands. Pull up, Snoddy, airballs it deep, rebound Kaiten. You better believe she's coming, and she is. It's 2-on-5. She's crossing over, skip pass, Rex Winkle. High post, Kinsley Boss, one dribble kick. Kaiten to get it within 5. Yeah! Kaiten hits it. Labette's within 5. 30 seconds, third quarter.
As they getting a stop here would be huge, as that three-pointer was just a dagger from Kaiten O'Brien.
Simpson to answer, in and out. Rebound tip to Rexwinkle. Labette's got 17 seconds, and it's a 5-point game, third quarter. Landry crossing over. Pivoting, and they're going to call a jump, I guarantee you.
Yep, they will.
Every single time. Every time.
As Coach Vollmer just continues to clap and encourage her girls on, as there's not much you can do and argue with that situation, as if it had been a few miles south, it would have been called a foul.
Atchison gets it in. Simpson, clock starts running. This would be a big stop. 5 seconds, Snoddy, they go in. Simpson, 2 seconds. It's a 3, and it's too strong, and the buzzer sounds. I was kind of holding my breath as Coach Vollmer gives 2 fists in the air and high-fives every one of her girls as they're breathing heavily as they sit upon the bench. Labette battling in Atchison. They won that quarter by 9 points. 43-38 Atchison. fourth and final stand coming from Atchison in 1 minute on KLKC.
My name is Bria and I'm a pharmacist at Bowen Pharmacy. I'm here today to tell you about one of our patient programs, Meds to Beds. Bowen Pharmacy South is located in the medical office building at Labette Health. Our staff works closely with the doctors, nurses, and social care workers to ensure that your transition out of the hospital is an easier and more convenient experience for you and your loved ones. If you are having inpatient or outpatient surgery, we will get your medications directly from your doctor and deliver them right to your hospital bed. If you are having a baby, we will get your medications or anything else that you may need to get your family home without the hassle of making several stops along the way. Whether you're here for a few hours or a few days, we are here at Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South to help get you well without any interruption in transition of care. Just ask for Meds to Beds. At Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South, we are here for you today and we are here for you tomorrow.
Gets a deep two-pointer to go. That was a pinky toe from being a three-pointer. Labette is within 3. Nevaeh's 5th point of the game. Caton gets a steal up ahead, and it is no good. Rebound trying to be saved. And was that poked out by Atchison, Isabel?
Yes, it was. As that was smart because Ridley and Nevaeh were going right to save it, and then I think they either realized it or Coach Wilmore was right there, so she may have easily instructed them to just let it go. So smart move there by the Grizzlies.
Caton for the tie in the corner, misses it left iron. Rebound Snoddy. Dewey hits the deck, and here she comes with the ball. The freshman point guard trying to get downhill, loses it. Caton steals it away. The other end, stutter step, pulls up from the free throw line, misses it. Wilson from 6 foot, yes! Labette's within 1.
As this is the time to make your push. You can't get comfortable. You can't settle and, try to make your push late. You got to do it now. You got to keep the momentum in your favor.
6:53 to go in the game. If I'm not mistaken, Labette was down 19 in the first half. Got it to 13 at the break. Snoddy, dribble handoff, a pitch inside, picked off. Wilson takes it right away. Coach Rebant sends a sub to the scores table immediately. Labette can take the lead on this possession. Lynn Cherney deep in the corner. 4 out, 1 in for Labette. O'Brien, that's Caton, right wing. Moving, pitches it. Nevaeh, left wing 3. Good! Good!
As that was a nasty shot. As that sends Labette County fans in an uproar. And now we have a basketball game.
Oh, we've got a game. Labette's up 45-43. Simpson pivoting, left elbow. Hayward, right wing. They go to the corner. Snoddy, air balls a 3, rebound Dewey. Where is Atchison's identity? That's going to be key. Wait, what?
I don't agree with that. He's going to call an elbow there.
As Audrey Dewey was ripping and running in transition.
And normally I guess he must have called too much of an elbow, but
it's just a different style.
Yeah.
Audrey likes to do that.
It's more of a guarding to protect the ball.
So they've been calling all these Euro deals with Caton travels, and they might be, but they're not called travels back home. Audrey does that back home, but it's not called back home. So you can't expect them to not do it up here. It'd be hard to adjust in the minutes of a game, as now we have a 5-second violation. Nevaeh Jones riding the hip of Simpson long enough to create the turnover. Enough of my complaining. Labette County's already moved on and forced the turnover. Labette has it up 45-43, 5:40 to go in the ball game. They go deep. Lynn Cherney kick out. Caton for 3, right wing, short. Good position. Wilson goes up, scores!
As they're just clicking on all cylinders right now, as they are having no problem getting those second chance points, working the ball around.
As there's a foul on the floor on Labette County, just their second foul of the half, Isabel. 5:23 to play, 43-47 Labette, as that's Caton's second foul. She was the first person to commit a foul all game. Hasn't fouled since.
Yeah, that's insane. And there's only been 5 fouls called total in the half.
They throw it in deep to Boldridge. She was the substitution moments ago for Atchison. They go deep. Right-hand hook is good. That is a refreshing bucket if you're a Phoenix fan. That's Downing. Lead back to 2 for Labette. 5 minutes in the game. Nevaeh, left wing. They rotate it. Hopefully Dewey goes to get it. Saves the backcourt violation. Simpson read the pass and a foul on her as she collided with Nevaeh just enough for the ref to force the whistle. As now they're discussing. Wait, what? Wait, what?
I don't agree with that.
The referee who called the foul on Simpson was
the call.
He was calling for a meeting with the officials. He was like, let's talk. But shouldn't he have known what he called right when he blew the whistle? So, okay, they're going to have a meeting, right? And then the ref comes in from the baseline and goes, jump ball, jump ball. What? I have no idea. No idea what just happened. 4:50 to go in the game. Here's Simpson, and now they have momentum, and it's tied.
Yep.
I can't believe that call. That's huge. Here's Landry, pitches it across half court. Labette with numbers across the paint. Boss scores.
As that was huge right there, as they could have been easily turned it over, but they didn't even dribble, just pass, and eventually found Boss on the underneath side for 2.
Aubrey Boss with 6. She's been the recipient of 3 beautiful passes as Snoddy is fouled underneath on the left block and will go to the line to try to tie it with 4:22 to go in the game. I'm going to rewind our live stream. This is just more curiosity at this point. I'm done complaining about it, I promise. I just want to see what the deal was. As Snoddy makes the first free throw, as I think it might have just, was it an inadvertent whistle? As the ref never signaled foul, I was mistaken. He never signaled anything. I think it might have just been an inadvertent whistle. But he blew his whistle right after Simpson ran into her. As here's Boss at the other end getting the bucket plus the foul as she's up to 8 points, going to the line for 9. And Labette's back up 2, looking to make it 3 after Snoddy tied it.
As she has had quite the night. As she's just been in the right place at all the right times and has made those cool shots just calm, cool, and collective.
She misses the free throw. Rebound, Atchison, 51-49. Labette County, 4:10 to go in the game. Here's Snoddy, given space for 3, got it. Too much space. As there's a foul on Atchison, I believe it is, as that's going to go on Boldridge. That's their 5th as a team and her 1st as a player. Labette down 1, 4:02 to go, clock running. They get it into Caton. That's a foul. What is Boldridge doing?
I'm not sure. She didn't give much emotion there after that response. I don't know if she's been instructed to do that or just she didn't move her feet at all.
Yeah, as that's back-to-back on Boldridge. As now Labette's 1 foul away from shooting free throws every foul. Atchison still pressing. It's a stingy press. Caton's got a dribble, and she'll cross half court. 3:45, Labette with it, down 1. They were down 19 first half. Caton drives, and a block is called. 2 free throws coming for Caton O'Brien.
As now with these shots, you are in the bonus, so Labette County has a huge advantage there moving into the next few minutes of this quarter.
Caton makes the first free throw, and we're tied at 52 with 3:43 to go in the game. 1 more free throw for Caton. It's good. What a third quarter she had to put us in this position, and 2 nice free throws to put us right back on top. Simpson, top of the key, forced to switch as Labette. She hits the deck. It's stolen. As that's got to be a jump. That's a good call.
At this point, yeah.
As Landry was trying to run like a running back carrying a defender, as I think it was Boldridge who had the ball. Possession arrow favors Labette, and now they've got it back up 1. Labette's shot the ball really well tonight at a high clip. Good shot selections and nice offense from Coach Vollmer's squad. 3:20, Labette 53, Atchison 52. Grizzlies with the rock. Wilson, right elbow, turns to face. Snoddy all over her. Caton drives, left elbow jumper off the mark. Boss with the board and a foul on Atchison. Aubrey Boss is the MVP of this recent fourth quarter series.
Yeah, she has truly looked like a varsity athlete tonight. And just playing so well right now.
It's a 1-and-1 for Aubrey Boss. This is a big front end. Boss buries the first free throw. Missed her last attempt after she got the and one. Boss misses the second. Rexwinkle fighting, and it's tipped out by Rexwinkle. It'll be Atchison ball, but man, I like Labette County's grittiness, their effort on the boards. They are outplaying Atchison in every facet of basketball in this second half.
Yeah, they're looking really good as far as just determination and effort, and a lot of times that'll carry over into your defense and scoring, which is exactly what we're seeing.
Simpson wants to shoot a three. They're going to give it to Hayward. Here's a three from the corner. Barely hit front rim. Rebound Aubrey Boss. Labette up by 2. 2:45 to go in the game with the ball once again. Wilson, high post. That's going to be a jump. All right, there we go. Okay, so it's a foul on Atchison, as I think the ref on the baseline was going to go jump, but he pointed to the official who was in position to make the call to give what he thought it was, and he thought it was a foul. So that was well done by the officials. Wilson's front into the 1-and-1 is missed, right into the awaiting arms of Boldridge. Good finish in Atchison. And a foul on Landry O'Brien. That's not a bad foul at all, as she got beat by Simpson, who might have scored, as that's just Labette's fourth foul of the second half and Landry's first. That was a good foul, honestly.
Yeah, you can't be mad at that.
2:30 to go in the game. Labette up 2. They pitch it in. Set play. Simpson in the corner for the lead. Misses it deep. Atchison saves it in the corner. She's double-teamed. Hayward, short corner, has it stripped by Rexwinkle. It stays with Atchison.
As that was still a good effort, because it could have been an easy backside pass or something to an awaiting Atchison player to score, but that was just good all-around lockdown D.
Snoddy to inbound. Getting lost on the backside, and we're tied is Downing. She's got 10. .54 all. 2:08 to go. Wilson hits the deck. Turnover, Labette County. Atchison with numbers. Now it's 3-on-3. Snoddy for the lead. Misses left iron. Rebound Downing wide open, and she scores.
As now Labette County has to respond as time continues to tick down, and Coach Fulmer's going to call a timeout.
As the atmosphere finally gets going for the last 3 quarters, I didn't know anyone was in this gym, but ever since Labette came back, they're feeling it. Coach Vollmer does call a timeout. Labette's down 2 with 1:50 left. As Isabel, Labette County has worked so hard. It was a 19-point deficit in that first half, and they've outworked Atchison in every possible venue in the second half.
Yeah, they've done a tremendous job, and it's been so fun to watch these girls rally back and just kind of fix the errors we had mentioned at halftime, and they're playing like a whole different basketball team. I mean, you don't ever want to blame a road trip for any of the reasons you don't play well, but I think a lot of it is, you're on the road for 3.5 hours, you're in a new gym, you haven't played here before ever. You're not in a you're in a non-conference, play ball game. It's just one of those things where everything's weird about it. So to overcome all of that is just a huge, huge thing. And they're playing really well right now. Their effort and their just determination to win this ball game is huge.
It was 35-21 at the break. I thought we were down 13, but I guess it was 14. And it's 56-54 Atchison with 1:52 to go. Labette has the ball. On the floor is Ridley, Nevea, Caton, Landry, and Addison. Ball goes in. Caton driving, untouched, off the glass, bucket plus the foul! Caton O'Brien getting it done in the trenches, getting dirt under her nails, and points on the board. You look nervous, Isabel.
I just really want them to win this game. As that was just beautiful, just inbound straight to Caton, and she just took it all the way.
Tied at 56. She misses the free throw. Ridley's right there and is blocked by Hayward. What an effort, though, by Ridley. And then a travel is called on Baldridge. I didn't see it.
I didn't see it either.
Coach Rebant doesn't like it. So Labette ties it. Caton does. Minute 43. We've got it. Inbounds. Ridley lost backside. Picks it up. Kicks it out. Landry left wing. Defended by Snoddy. Swiping. They dump. Ridley faces, turns, kicks Caton. She'll drive short corner and traveled. That was the right idea, Caton.
Yeah.
That was the right idea. She's been driving all night, sucking in defenders and bouncing to the off man, and Ridley was wide open.
Yeah, just unfortunate. It was exactly what she's supposed to do, but that was just an unfortunate turnover there.
Good hands by Caton O'Brien, and a jump ball is called.
I've never seen so many jump balls called in a game. Like, I'm not even kidding. Goodness.
Caton had the best hands on the floor on that possession, stole it. Addison picked it up, and then 0.2 seconds later, I don't even know how a jump ball can be created, but it was called. So Atchison back with possession off the possession arrow. Simpson with a deep three hits it. Wow.
As she'd hit one early, and she'd kind of gone cold, but so I kind of knew something was coming for her.
Lynn Cherney has it stripped and stolen away, but they get it back. Ridley underneath is bumped, but no foul is called. She gets the bucket, though. So Labette only down one, a minute left in the game. That is Ridley's first bucket of the game, but she's been crucial the last minute of gameplay. Coach Vollmer calls a timeout. Labette scrapped hard on the road. We'll be back in a quick 30 seconds on KLKC.
With many years of combined experience, Eye Care Associates of Parsons has set the framework in providing comprehensive eye health examinations for all ages and routine vision care for families throughout the four-state area. Our optometrists and staff provide remarkable care with state-of-the-art technology to help with diagnosis and management of eye health conditions. Give us a call or visit our website to schedule your next eye exam. Eye Care Associates of Parsons. Experience modern
Welcome back inside Atchison High School, Grizzly fans, as our Lady Grizzlies have shown what it means to play for Labette County High School here this evening. They've brought a taste of SEK basketball upon the region of the Kansas City area. Down 19 first half, it is a one-point ball game. Atchison has the lead and the ball with 1 minute and 1 second upon the scoreboards. Labette in a press. Snoddy gets it. We're wanting to trap her, and now they fling it. That was a nice pass up ahead. Atchison settles down. Another trap, and a foul is called on Landry, and that's a good foul. That's a great foul, as that's just her second and the team's fifth, as if we can be really aggressive here, and these refs have been so prone to call a jump ball, go right for the ball immediately.
That's not a bad idea, yeah.
We have 2 fouls to give. I mean, grab that thing. As Caton fouls Simpson from behind, that's a good foul. As that's our 6th, one more, and they're shooting 1-and-1s. As there haven't been a lot of free throws shot in the second half by either team. Labette shot 8, Atchison shot 2 all second half. They get it to Simpson, 40 seconds. She picks up her dribble. Don't foul Snoddy. Let her pass it and then foul someone else.
Yeah.
As now she's just going to dribble timeout. Oh. Backside block, a layup is missed. Wilson fighting and rebounding it. I don't know why Atchison shot it. She was open. Here's Caton to the corner, Nevea. Deep side, 25 seconds. Labette down 1 with the ball. Landry holding it, finds Ridley deep, takes a dribble, tries to pass it. On the deck is Wilson, and Coach Vollmer got the timeout. Yes! Yes! Shelby had the ball as Coach Vollmer called timeout. I mean, 0.5 seconds after Coach Vollmer called timeout, Shelby had it stolen away. I am so glad they awarded Coach Vollmer that timeout, because there are a couple jump balls that should not have been jump balls, so I'm glad that they gave us one right there. That easily could have been waved off, but yeah. She did get the timeout in.
Yeah, she was just kind of down there right in the ref's ear going, you know, she knew what she was doing, which is so smart. for Coach, because she knew that at any point she may need to call that. And so that's one thing Coach Fulmer does well, is just managing when her girls are in tight situations like that. So she's going to get them regrouped here, get them prepped, because there's 16 seconds left on this clock, and that's going to be a huge determining factor here for how they respond in this possession, because this is it.
As Labette's shot the ball so well, they've shot threes well. The passing off the drives and backside dishes has been off the charts. I look to get to the cup or O'Brien or Nevaeh to shoot a little runner.
Yeah.
We'll see where they go. Ridley inbounding. Clock is running. Shelby's got it, and that's a jump ball. It stays with Labette County. It stays with Labette County. Everyone in here erupted, but it doesn't mean a whole lot. 13 seconds to go. Labette will inbound again from the sideline. There wasn't a lot of movement there. I want to see some movement quickly off the bounce here. They get it in. Caton, just go to the rim, girl. She gets it in. Nevaeh, she'll drive. Backside Wilson, 4 seconds. Labette's got to go. Landry weaving, and she's fouled! She's fouled!
Yeah.
She will shoot 2 free throws. As if she makes both, Labette might get out of here with a win. If she makes one, it's overtime, and if she misses both, we need a rebound.
As now all of a sudden Atchison has a student section.
Oh, wow, it's a close game. Weren't we up 30 earlier? Landry's first free throw. Oh, my goodness.
What is this?
She was literally moments from shooting the ball, and the ref blows his whistle and goes to talk to the ref underneath. Are you kidding me?
You can't do that.
He was wanting to clarify how many shots she was taking. There have been 10 team fouls for 15 minutes.
I don't agree. I don't like that.
What is happening? So now Landry's got to buckle down, regroup. First free throw for the tie is good.
Wow.
Oh, it's got to feel so good to get that first free throw out of the way.
She is somebody that just stares down. She doesn't care what's happening outside of her. She just stares down the moment.
For the lead. Yes! Yes! Landry hits it. Labette's up 1. Timeout. Coach Rebant of Atchison.
As those were big-time free throws from Landry O'Brien. And wait, what happened?
Was there a tech? Was there a tech? Was there a tech? There was a tech on Atchison. I'm assuming on the coach, on Coach Rebant, and Labette County's going to do it. Landry O'Brien's at the line shooting 2 technical free throws. And if she was to cut her arm right now, there would be ice all over the floor. She has ice in her veins.
As I don't know what happened, so, but yeah, I guess that's what's going to happen here.
Labette just might do it. As I was kind of looking away amidst the chaos, looking at the score here on my sheet,
yeah.
And everyone for Labette here to the left of us who traveled really well goes nuts. And Coach Rebant got a technical. So Landry O'Brien is laughing at the free throw line. That's I've noticed that about the O'Brien girls. They've played basketball forever,
yeah.
I'm assuming. The way they handle themselves on the floor and in big atmospheres is really impressive. Landry misses the first. As I'm not too sure if we get the ball or not after this tech.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Atchison was going to have possession. I know sometimes after a tech, the possession flips. Her second is good. It would have been nice to have both of those just so you could relax and think that overtime was the worst case, but she did give us the lead moments ago. Labette does get the ball after the tech. Wilson to inbound. You got to be careful. They get it into Caton, and she's fouled with 1.7 on the clock. She's going to shoot 2 free throws. If she makes both, it's over. If she makes one, Atchison has a prayer.
And yeah, 1.7 seconds, still enough time to get a shot off. So
yeah,
it's not over till it's over, as they say.
Caton at the line. Her first free throw, good. As I am going to, Caton's second free throw is no good. Rebound Snoddy for the tie. No good! No good! No good! The Lady Grizzlies have done it. The Lady Grizzlies have done it. down nearly 20 in the first half in Atchison, and they get it done, 62-59. What traveled of Grizzly Nation down here to our left is on its feet. Labette wins it by 3. What a comeback and what a game. We will be back and hopefully hear from Coach Vollmer, and I'm going to try to get her to bring a player up here so you can talk to them, Isabel, here in 2 minutes. What a win for the Lady Grizzlies in Atchison. 2 minutes on KLKC. Bowen Pharmacy post-game show. I don't know what the exact number was, if you remember, or you could go back for me in the YouTube live stream. Go back and see how many points our Lady Grizzlies were down in that first half, and just type it in the comments. Because I thought I kept saying 19. I swear they got up 19. Maybe it wasn't that much. But type that in there. I want to know exactly what it was, or if you could let me know what the score was, I'd love to know as well. As Isabel, my goodness gracious. Labette County's lost 3 of their last 4 games. They've just been kind of fighting for points. And you come up to Atchison, score 62, fight through everything. They make it tight at the end, as you figured it'd be if you came back. You battle the atmosphere that rose greatly, and you win it.
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, it's a great testament to the ladies program and just how, how just that much grit and just determination Coach Vollmer has just placed into these young ladies. It is so hard to come back from a deficit that large and keep that mentality and that just the whole, we got to keep battling, we got to keep battling, we got to keep battling. I mean, their work ethic was the same. And once they started clicking, they just kept going, and it was just great to see. Kate and O'Brien just kind of started that, just spark off, and then it was just, continuing. The girls just had amazing plays here and there. They started working the ball around the floor a lot more efficiently, a lot less dribbling, which I was really impressed with. They got Aubrey Boss under the basket several times, which was really fun to watch. And then again, of course, Landry just continuing kind of what her sister started and just making big shots. And each of these girls contributed in their own way. Shelby Wilson and Ridley Lynn, played phenomenally down in the post. Shelby is just always very aggressive. And, of course, Ridley, making big plays in big moments, even though her box score may not show it. Each of these ladies played a huge, huge role tonight. And, yeah, I'm so proud of what performance they put on tonight. It was nothing short of fun, and they battled well, especially Landry's 2 free throws there at the end as the crowd was getting pretty noisy
Oh,
and everybody
my
was
goodness
thundering. I didn't
gracious.
know anybody was here till they started doing all that. And I mean, which of course you can do, and that's just part of it. But I mean, for Landry just to stand there and just sink both of them was
Oh,
just,
my goodness gracious.
that was the best part of the game right there. And so they kept their heads in it. They didn't let, Atchison had a few moments where they, showed some signs of momentum. Came down and shot some threes. Snotty continuing to try, and I mean, she's going to be a good player for the next 4 years for this Atchison team.
Yeah.
She's phenomenal. But they kept her out of it in the second half, and that was huge. But they did all the things well and were able to get in Atchison's heads. That was one thing, is these Lady Grizzlies didn't show much emotion. They were excited when things were going well, but they kept their heads up, whereas a lot of, the different times that Atchison would call a timeout or something, I'd see their kind of slumped shoulders, or their head, or their faces are long, kind of just hanging their heads, and I'm like, this is how they're going to lose this game. Is they're just
That's well
Labette
said.
has taken them out of it, but it's just been really, it made me proud to see our ladies just continue to battle, because they could have easily done the same with themselves when they were down 19 or however much they were in the second half. They could have easily done that and said, well, we had a good road game, we tried, but they weren't satisfied with that, and that is what got them to win tonight. And to have 62 points, that's huge. That we've needed that for a long, long time, and so it was good to see that performance by the Lady Grizzlies tonight.
Here comes Caton O'Brien and Coach Brianna Vollmer. Caton had 20 points for Labette County. As we'll go ahead and talk to Coach Vollmer real quick, and then we'll give it over to Caton. Let the suspense build just a little bit for you.
Poor Caton.
But Coach, I don't remember exactly how many points we were down. It was close to 20. I think.
It was like at least 17, 18.
Yeah.
It had to have been something. No, it may have been 19
I
at
think
some
it
point.
was 19. But regardless, Coach, I mean, to come up here amidst losing 3 of your last 4, then you go to Atchison and you win it.
Yes.
And in the manner that you did, the emotions, the way they were handled by your ladies tonight was fabulous.
Absolutely. I mean, hats off to these kids. And you know what? It was ugly, and I threw some kids in there, and they played huge. Aubrey Boss is a stud. I mean, I don't know how many points she finished with. I didn't look at the book. But she was a freaking stud. She had every reason to be mad or pout or not be ready for that moment, and she was ready to go. And, we don't want to be losing so badly that we throw young kids in situations towards the end of the game, but she's been thrown into there, and she handled it. And we just talked about that in the locker room. Like, be excited for your teammates. Like, nothing but excitement in the locker room. They handled themselves with class. I knew it could get hairy down the stretch, and so it was like, hey, we can do this. Our mission at halftime was to just go play basketball. We're not even playing basketball. We're not even giving ourselves a chance. And we've got a ton of kids, including Caton, which you're getting ready to talk to, that just plays basketball constantly. And I told them, go be a basketball player. And they did that, and they executed, and we got a win, and it was huge.
As I don't know, it's kind of part of my job description to kind of make things bigger than they might have been, But at the end of the half, it was a 16-point game, and Audrey gets the and one. So just talk about the ability to make it a 13-point game compared to 21, 23, or even 17.
Yeah, well, I mean, we just talked about we're kind of standing around and we're playing into their hands, and they're getting on rebounds and just running the floor on us. Why are we not getting to the free throw line like they are in the first half?
Right.
So we talked about attacking and getting a seam, and we did that several times, and we just dished to some kids down on the block, and I'm excited for them. I mean, it was huge, and the and one play was a big deal, and then just making free throws down the stretch, Landry in a pressure situation, a sophomore to do that. That was a big pressure moment, and Caton hit one. And just handled the ball fabulously. So I'm so proud of my kids. It's a big win. I'm still got the adrenaline pumping. And, we did lose 3 of the last 4. But you know what? My kids are still playing hard, and that's 90% of the battle. So I'm proud of them. They executed down the stretch, and we got a big win.
Yeah,
3 hours and 15 minutes from home.
That's
so
right.
That's even better.
Even though you weren't winning those games, if you keep that level of play consistent, something's going to fall your way. And it did tonight. 21 points in the first half, and then 41 in the second half. That defense was dang good. Atchison blatantly got tight. They got nervous, and credit your team for that. So talk about making them tight, and just it flipped. The whole thing just flipped.
It
there
did.
in that fourth quarter.
Absolutely. We talked about it's not some special play that I'm going to draw up. It's about being a basketball player. It's about playing solid defense. We didn't throw some tricky zone at them or a box and one. It's just playing man defense and switching and doing what we've done every day in practice and in games. And they handled it and they responded to me. You know, I didn't really guilt trip them, but we talked about, you know, you're better than that. You can do better than that, and you got to go chip away at this one at a time. You're not going to make up ground in 30 seconds. It's going to be over the course of, you know, this whole second half, and we did that, and we stayed the course, and it was a big win.
3 minutes left in the second quarter. Labette was down 19. I had someone go back and look and comment on our YouTube, so that's substantial on the road. Coach, great win. And thanks for bringing Kaiten up, as Isabel's going to talk to Kaiten, who was fabulous.
Kaiten's as nervous as a cat in a room full of rocking chairs. So we're gonna hand it over to old Kaiten, and she's gonna do great. Thanks, guys. Be safe.
Thank you. You as well.
I can't hear anything with these on. Oh, I can hear her.
Yeah, you can hear
but
me.
I can't hear you.
It's okay. Well, Kaiten, welcome to the broadcast. We're so excited to have you join us. I don't think I've officially met you, but I've watched you all season, and we've enjoyed, you know, covering your guys' games and stuff. So great job tonight.
Thank you.
20 points, I believe,
was
your box score. Just kind of walk me through, you know, just kind of your initial thoughts on the game and what you kind of felt was just kind of maybe the turning point for you guys. When was that moment where you were like, okay, yeah, we got this?
At halftime, we were down by like 20 almost, and it was just bad. And I was trying to get my teammates fired up, and like Aubrey was doing an awesome job, and it really caused like a lot of energy for us. It helped us out a lot. It was awesome. She was doing awesome. I was really proud of her.
Yeah, she definitely really showed up. I talked very highly of her earlier in the broadcast. That she did a great job. Yeah. And I think something I also mentioned in the post game was just a lot of how you guys carry yourselves mentally and emotionally. I pay attention to your guys' body language a lot, and you guys carry yourselves so well. How would you describe that? Is that something that you guys have learned? Is that something you guys just encourage each other with? Kind of what's the reason for that? Just such great mentality and hard work ethic.
I think we all just try and get fired up. Like Ridley's definitely like the motor.
Yeah.
Always cheering us on, and it helps us out a lot because I always get excited like on game days right before the game. I never get nervous. I just get excited because my teammates make it easy because they always are laughing, and it's just fun.
That's awesome. I love that. And I think that's sometimes when you guys play your best ball is when you guys, I see you and Landry out there smiling, or you guys are high-fiving and having a good time, because it's hard to come back and win with a deficit that hard. And I kind of watched, and I don't know, you were on the floor, so you may have saw this more, but a lot of Atchison kind of lowered their posture a little bit, lowered their mentality, and it was just kind of, I was like, like they're really letting this get away, but you guys just kept pushing, and I was so, like, that was just such an awesome thing to watch you guys with. So now just kind of walk me through just that last maybe 5 minutes of the game or so, when you guys really, when it was just kind of going back and forth. What was it like to watch your sister hit those free throws? What was it like to really, you know, kind of run those inbounds plays and just kind of keep putting the hammer on them?
Whenever Landry got fouled, I was a little bit nervous because I was like, we have to make these. And
it's your sister, so you're like, come on.
Yeah, I was like, if she misses. But then when he got the tech, it made me like feel safer because we were going to get the ball back, and then it kind of calmed down. The inbounds, I was like, we have to score out of this. Like, we cannot turn it over. That was the last thing we could do.
Yeah, that is awesome. But Landry, so sorry, I get you and your sister confused. I apologize. But Kaiten, it is so nice to just kind of hear your perspective on anything. It's been so awesome to watch you and your sister this season. We look forward to seeing you guys more and hearing from you more. Hopefully you won't be as nervous next time. But I appreciate you coming up and just talking to me, and just continue to play basketball. And Grizzly Nation loves watching you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kaiten.
See ya.
As she did a nice job. I know she was nervous, Coach Vollmer, but she doesn't look nervous on the floor. She even mentioned that. She did a really nice job. Kaiten O'Brien, ladies and gentlemen. And after all that, I figured we go ahead, and they deserved our time there. And I know they're going to head home because it'll be late. So we're already 90 seconds till tip of the boys' game. So just to kind of section off the broadcast, we're going to take a 30-second timeout and come back with probably the smallest Tank Connection pregame show we've had in the history of KLKC. And they'll probably play the anthem, so we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Lady Grizzlies are victorious. We'll be back with the Tank Connection pregame show for the boys in 30 seconds on KLKC. Broadcasting live from Atchison, Kansas, on the footprint of Atchison High School, home of the Phoenix. Well, listeners, it hasn't been long since you've heard my voice. Just 30 seconds ago, as our Bowen Pharmacy postgame show just wrapped up of the girls' contest, as they are lining up for the national anthem here inside Atchison High School, as Labette County, their starters are all ready to rock and roll, as they are without Joe Page tonight again, as they've really struggled to put up points without Big Joe on the interior, as well as knocking down those threes that we love to watch. Number 33 knocked down. As everyone stands inside the gymnasium for the national anthem, we'll keep it here and let you listen in. As there is your national anthem sang beautifully inside Atchison Gymnasium, as starters for both teams have their shooting shirts off, as starting for Labette County will be number 4, Trey Vinson, number 5, Griffin Eaton, number 3, Xavier Phillips, number 15, Hudson Baker, and number 23, Matthew Boyle. As Isabel, if you would be kind enough to write those guys down or circle them in this page as well, thank you. As starters for Atchison will be number 0, Zamar Hernandez, a junior, number 1, Rafe Bowen, a senior, number 2, Jeter Purdy, a junior, number 3, Trey Carter, a junior, and number 4, Jesse Greenlee, a senior. So number 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4 all starting for Atchison. I do not know if I've ever seen that. Head coach for Labette County is Bradley Argabright. Head coach for Atchison is Pat Battle. 8 minutes is put on both scoreboards. Labette County having their pregame prayer over there in the huddle to the basket to our left. The atmosphere grew substantially towards the end of our ladies contest, and it is still intact as our guys contest is just moments from being underway. Jack Leake, Isabel Redford, Lucas Hayward on the YouTube live stream. We are ready to roll. Hopefully we get a sweep of the Phoenix and Atchison. We'll be back after tonight's scene setter of Grizzly basketball with tip-off.
Broadcasting live
Meister for 3 in the lead! Yes!
from the studio of KLKC Parsons.
Wilson launches another 3, and it's pure for Shelby Wilson!
This is Grizzly basketball on 106.7 FM KLKC Parsons.
Unbelievable win! I cannot believe it! Hudson Baker has his left foot buried on the half-court stripe, ready to leave the hardwood and hopefully come back down with his team having possession, as he'll be jumping against Purdy at the red A, standing for Atchison at midcourt. Labette County's cheer squad traveled all this way as well, cheering on their team to our left along the baseline, and it is won by Hudson in the hands of Griffin Eaton, and we are underway for game number 2 from Atchison, Kansas. It's a lob, a backdoor lob is picked off. Purdy slapped it like a volleyball in the hands of Greenlee. Greenlee will drive, reverse layup, pretty, is off the mark, tipped out to Griff Eaton. Here he comes, has it nearly stolen away, but maintains control. Griff dishes it up to Phillips. Vincent, stutter step drive, left side, bounce pass in traffic is stolen, and a jump ball.
That trend starting early again. As this is just, as we imagined, it'd be a very fast-paced game so far, as both teams are just going to try to figure out how to settle into this one.
As I'm sitting next to, I'm assuming one of Atchison's managers who's recording the game, I'm very sorry if you can hear my voice all game long. I'm sorry. On their tape. I would feel bad for him watching tape in the locker room, listening to me talk in the background all night. As we have a foul away from the ball. That's on Labette County. A halt play for just a moment. Still scoreless. 7-13 first quarter. That will go on Matthew Boyle of Labette County. Atchison set to inbound. They get it in. Open three in the corner from Carter is good.
As I actually watched him warming up in practice earlier when we first got here, and he's pretty solid three-point shooter. So we'll look for him tonight to be somebody they give it to a lot.
1 minute in is when the first basket rained true from Atchison. 3-0. Hudson underneath working and scoring. He was defended there by 3 or 4 Phoenix.
Yeah, he was. They all just kind of collapsed on him, but good effort. They're working through the contact and making the bucket, as we're going to need to see him performing that way tonight.
Hernandez, the point guard, defended by Trey Vincent. Near half court, now they give it to the towering Purdy. He jumped against Hudson. He's their tallest player, and he's playing beyond the three-point line. Here's a downhill drive. Carter looking for point number 5, misses. Rebound tipped out. Carter somehow got it amidst the 4-lane traffic. Carter up, under, miss, and it lands on Carter, who was laying out of bounds. Carter was involved in that whole possession.
Yeah. He was probably the only name you said that whole time.
Yeah, I know.
It was a one-man show.
3-2 Atchison, nearly 2 minutes in. Pick and roll, Vincent keeps it, kicks. Phillips, head faked on a 3. Gives it up to Griff, who drives, and a push is called on Atchison. That's going to go on Bowen. Their team's first, and his first, obviously.
As Coach Argerbright's going to call in box, so we'll see what they run here.
They get it into Boyle in the corner. Dump down, Baker, backside, fine. Eaton scores with the right hand, kissing it off the window. 4-3 Labette with their first lead of the game.
As that was just a perfect, just drawing that play there to get the backdoor to Eaton.
As a travel is called on Hernandez. So not sure if you could hear it or not, but Coach Argerbright let out a shout of excitement as Labette County needs to find a taste of victory again. They've lost 3 straight. They just haven't been themselves. And for those who aren't too familiar with this Atchison squad, they are number 1 in the state, I was told. They are for sure number 1 in the East sub-state bracket at 15-2 on the season, as we have a turnover Labette County as Hudson got caught traveling. So very highly touted Atchison boys varsity basketball team, to say the least. Coming off of their second loss of the season, where they got thumped, I believe it was by 29, a team in the Topeka area. So we'll see how Atchison responds to a rare loss in their season. Here's Carter, top of the key, gives it up to Greenlee. He'll look to get downhill on Boyle, and a foul on Boyle, who was just kind of driven upon, didn't really do anything. He played good defense is what I'm saying. I don't think he did anything that was a foul. That's 2 on Matthews, so that shallow bench is tested early as Kagan Bates is going to check in. First free throws off the mark for Greenlee, and in comes Powder Keg. He will get Matthew. One more for Greenlee. This would tie it up. Labette is up by 1, 5 minutes first quarter. Greenlee for the tie, gets it.
As that free throw was just perfect. Very pretty roll by Greenlee.
Labette County looking to get back that lead. Still so early here from Atchison. Vincent dribbling, Lots of dribbling. Gives it up Baker. Kick out Bates. Left open for three. Left wing. It's good! Puts three fingers upon the air in Atchison Gymnasium. Labette's up 3, and the freshman is pumped. As that's kind of a touchy foul right there. As they go into Greenlee, and they get Xavier for a body bump.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you on that. That was a little too touchy for my liking on a foul call.
Yeah, Atchison lost on Tuesday 80-51 to Highland Park of Topeka. As Atchison throws it to the corner, and it's a turnover in and out of the hands of Bowen. And Isabel, I said early in the first quarter when the Lady Grizzlies were down by 8 or so, but they were still playing well, I wasn't too blown away by Atchison girls. I'm not too blown away by Atchison's boys.
No, I'm not either. I thought they would come out and really make a statement here early, but we're hanging with them, and so hopefully that can be the pace.
Here's a dump down to Hudson, and a foul called on Purdy. So the fouls are coming in heaps and bounds in this boys contest, as that's the second on Atchison. Labette has 3 team fouls. That's the first on Hernandez. Xavier will inbounds. Griff was going to inbound, but Coach Argerbright perhaps switched up the inbounds play, and Xavier takes his place. They get it in. Screens are being set. Vincent, pick and pop. Bates for his second 3 of the game. Yeah! Kagan Bates buries it. Labette's up 10-4.
As man, is that what we need, or is that what we need here early to make a punch against the Atchison defense?
Griff working hard on Carter. Euro step blocked by Baker. Rebound Kagan. Here he comes, pounding it up and down on the wood. Up ahead, Vincent gets by one man. Bounce past Baker. Loses it on the deck, and it's picked up. Here's Greenlee. Up to Bowen. Up, under, and a charge! Kagan Bates draws a charge and gets up screaming his lungs out.
As he is playing really good basketball right now. As he was just perfectly set.
10-4 Labette County. That's the second on Bowen. He'll sit each team with 3 team fouls. 3:39 first quarter. Here comes Griffin Eaton. Running point guard Matthew Boyle on the bench with 2 personal fouls. Barrett Heston sits to his left. Bates, left wing. You have to imagine he'll be quick to fire the next one when he gets a chance. He'll have it stolen away by Greenlee. Here comes Atchison. Up ahead, another layup blocked. Baker back in play. Phillips gets a block. The ball is pinballed everywhere and tipped out. Possession. Atchison in the game for the Phoenix. Number 31, Jace Richards, a sophomore. He is tall. And immediately you can tell Richards will have an impact on this game down low.
Yeah, he's definitely very aggressive.
It's been exciting from Atchison. 10-4 Labette leads, 3:15 to go. First quarter. Here's a set play, a 3. Off the mark for Purdy, rebound Baker. Here comes Kagan, it's 1-on-4, he better retreat, and he does. Griff, what a find, Baker cradles, shoots, that gotta be a bucket plus the foul, but I'll take the bucket. Labette leads by 8, punching Coach Battle's squad in the mouth early.
If he hadn't made that bucket, I would have been begging for more of a foul, but we'll take the 2 points from 15.
As if he would have missed, maybe the refs would have called it.
True,
sometimes that's how they officiate. Hernandez with it, gives it up. Carter Phillips gambles, misses, leaving open. Purdy in the corner, hits it.
Yeah, I mean, that's okay to gamble in that situation. I mean, because he could have easily picked off the pass, but yeah, that left Purdy wide open for that 3-point play.
12-7 Grizzlies, 2:30 first quarter. Baker, high post, working on Richards. Left elbow, Vincent was gonna backdoor, miscommunication, and it went to the dance team in the bleachers. Here comes Atchison, only down 5 underneath. Scoring over Vincent is Greenlee, and it's a 3-point game.
They're definitely letting the guys play physical tonight as they're just kind of pushing and moving. And
Baker sets a screen for Vincent. Vincent dribbles off his foot, turnover Labette.
That was just unfortunate there as Trade had a decent lane.
as it does matter what takes place in terms of those turnovers, but as here's another block at the rim, Phillips stuffs Greenlee. Here comes Labette County. Vincent, right elbow, gives a shake, gives it up. Baker pulls up from short corner and hits a little jumper from Big Huddy.
He's been practicing the 6-foot shots there, and that one paid off big time.
A minute 30, Labette back up 5. That was a big block. Labette's length giving Atchison problems. Point guard Carter pitches it. Purdy being patient. Greenlee has a good build, pulls up from the elbow, bricks it, rebound Zay. Here comes Labette in their road reds. Atchison home whites. Griff Eaton left corner, tray ball short. Rebound Hernandez. He's out and sprinting. An awkward shot is no good. Rebound Hudson with 60 and ticking.
This is probably a good time to slow it down, which they do, as you want to waste as much time off the clock.
Kagan Bates, the point guard, defended by Purdy. Goes behind the back. Lots of dribbling for Kagan. And was that tipped? No, I think he just threw it out of bounds. Turnover, Labette County.
Yeah, I was going to say, I kind of thought it might have been tipped, but it's hard to see from up here, and I think since the ball's trajectory didn't change, it was just thrown out by him.
40 seconds and counting. Atchison down 5 to our Grizzlies. First quarter, lots of exciting moments in the first quarter from Atchison. Here's a set play. Greenlee, that's a travel. It'll be Labette County basketball. Hudson Baker has 6 first quarter points, so does Kagan Bates. Hudson Baker's played really well. He looks fresh, as he did on the stage in Harrison Auditorium last night, playing a role in the play. Vincent underneath, shoots, it was missed. A well-contested shot. Richards on the defense. Up ahead, Atchison with 2 seconds at the buzzer, off the mark, and Labette County takes a 5-point lead into the second quarter on the road against the number 1 team in the Sub-State East region. Labette County playing gritty. That's what we need. We'll be back in 60 seconds on KLKC Parsons.
My name is Bria and I'm a pharmacist at Bowen Pharmacy. I'm here today to tell you about one of our patient programs, Meds to Beds. Bowen Pharmacy South is located in the medical office building at Labette Health. Our staff works closely with the doctors, nurses, and social care workers to ensure that your transition out of the hospital is an easier and more convenient experience for you and your loved ones. If you are having inpatient or outpatient surgery, we will get your medications directly from your doctor and deliver them right to your hospital bed. If you are having a baby, we will get your medications or anything else that you may need to get your family home without the hassle of making several stops along the way. Whether you're here for a few hours or a few days, we are here at Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South to help get you well without any interruption in transition of care. Just ask for Meds to Beds. At Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South, we are here for you today and we are here for you tomorrow.
Labette County will get the basketball to begin play in the second quarter. Jack Leake, Isabel Redford on the call for you. Lucas Hayward on the KLKC Sports YouTube live stream. 14-9, Labette by 5. Clock is ticking. Phillips top of the key for Labette. Left wing, Atchison man-to-man. Here's a set play for Bates, looking for his third 3. He'll Euro shoot and score! Is that a senior or is that a freshman out there playing? I can't tell. Labette up 7.
As he just, despite he is significantly shorter than everybody else on the floor, but still making plays, and that's what it's about being a basketball player.
That's right. Carter pounds it 2 times, gives it to Richards. In the game, as Bowen has a couple fouls for Atchison. Here's a 3-point miss, but Richards' floater is good. As you could tell when Richards came in the game, he was going to have a positive impact for his Phoenix.
Yes. As second chance points were something that kind of played the girls early on, and it hasn't quite affected the boys yet. That's something you want to avoid.
Bates drives again, nearly got the friendly roll off the glass. He hit the deck hard. Here's a skip pass. for three. Hernandez off right. Rebounded by Purdy. Atchison. Carter for three. Too deep. Richards skies, gets it. Ball goes high in the air, and Hudson snatches the pumpkin. Vinson in the game for Labette County. Boyle still sits with two personal. Vinson drive and kick. Bates for his third three of the game. It hit the glass, I think. Went high off the backboard. Out of bounds. Turnover Labette County, if you want to call it a turnover. Kagan Bates has played so well. If you're just joining us, two early three-pointers for the freshman. A couple possessions ago, had a lay-in. Hernandez gets by Bates. It'll result in a foul. Not completely sure who they're calling it on. I was looking at names.
I think it's going to be on Bates. He reached around the backside of Hernandez.
That's his first. Thank you, Isabel. They go directly underneath, ground and pound. Greenlee is denied at the rim, and he said white and pointed our direction as okay now. They'll leave it here. Atchison will inbound underneath their own basket. If you were facing the rim from the free throw line, they're on the right block, out of bounds, inbounding it. Argerbright pacing up and down, as he should just turn off the heart monitor on his Apple Watch on his wrist, as it would go off all night.
Yeah.
Here's Bates on a steal. It's 4-on-3. They're going to run it. Baker, leans, shoots, and scores. That's an impressive off-balance finish from our favorite big man.
As I wasn't sure if he was going to release it or ended up falling down with it, but good way to manage just kind of his balance there and get the shot off in time.
Hernandez defended by Bates, who just got a steal, drives and scores over the smaller freshman. Hernandez, a tough matchup for Kagan. But Bates is a tough matchup for Atchison. Works both ways. Labette lead is still 5. 5:25 second quarter. Baker posting hard on Richards. Phillips left open, left wing for three, misses it off the glass. Richards has it, stolen by Bates. What a play! Saving yet another possession. Phillips underneath, scores! Kagan Bates, unbelievable!
Man, he's just making an impact on both ends of the floor right now. So that was just a gorgeous pass to Phillips for him to finish.
They go under, and yep, that's the right call. That's a foul on Greenlee, who was going up strong, and he had 14 foot of length towering over his figure as he left the ground. Bates left the ground. Phillips left the ground. They were trying to really stuff Greenlee at the rim, and it resulted in a foul on Hudson. Greenlee's first free throw of 2 is good. He's got 4. His second. Vinson and Eaton, the 2-point guards at the elbows, facing each other. Greenlee misses the second, a high rebound as Baker's length helps him snag that one down. Long pass from Eaton to Baker. Quarterback to receiver type of pass. Baker spins on Richards, and a travel is called as he was trying to spin and then turn and go up and under. The refs here are really prone to calling travels, though.
Yeah, and Coach Argerbright, I think, knows that because he kind of just looked at Baker and was like, just shake it off. They're going to call that tonight. You just got to deal with it.
4:40 to go in the half. Labette up 20-14 as here's a foul on Bates. Throws his hands in the air. So does his head coach. Looked like a father and son out there, just upset about the exact same thing.
As that'll be Kagan's second personal foul. As Barrett Heston's going to check in for him. As Kagan will have a seat.
Those are the best minutes I've ever seen from Kagan Bates all year as they go right at Greenlee again. And who is this foul on? That's on Hudson. So you have Hudson with 2, Bates with 2, and Boyle with 2. As Atchison's already in the bonus, but this time it's shooting 2 is Greenlee because he was in the act of shooting. Greenlee's first is good. You can hear Argerbright mouthing down there. Rightfully so. Greenlee spins, rested in his palms, releases and bricks it. He's split every pair of free throws he's shot, and he's 3 for 6 from the charity. Labette's lead is still, you guessed it, 5. Feels like it's been like that all game. 4:20 second quarter. Barrett Heston in the game. Hudson remains in. He's posting up on Richards. He flashes, catches, free throw line he will turn and face. Wants to get downhill, shoots, blocked by Richards, out of bounds. It stays with Labette though. As, yeah, Argerbright wants the foul. I don't disagree. Did Coach Argerbright call a timeout? As he might get a technical before this half's over. As he did call a timeout, I missed it. My apologies. We'll be back in 30 on KLKC.
V93.5 is your home for the best variety of the 80s, 90s, and today. Get your day started with the Anna and Raven Morning Show. You're the judge during couples court. Couples share their disagreement, and then you decide who's right. Think you know pop culture trivia? It could pay off, and you score the cash jackpot when you play Can't Beat Raven. Kraus in the house gets you home every weekday afternoon starting at 2. Stream us anytime, anywhere at KLKCradio.com.
Labette County still maintains possession, but it's getting heated. Perhaps a good timeout burned from Coach Argerbright. Here's Phillips from about 10 feet, and he'll cash it in. That was a big bucket and a great timeout called by Argerbright.
Yeah, it was just a good way to kind of just stop the momentum swing and get Labette County just level-headed.
Carter responds at the other end with a little reverse layup of his own with the right hand off the glass. 22-17 Labette County as it's intercepted by Hernandez, but that left foot came down on that red baseline, or sideline rather, right in front of his home team's bench. Labette gets it in, 3:35 and counting, up 5 here in Atchison. Our Lady Grizzlies got a big-time comeback win. In the first game of the evening, we'll see if we can get a sweep of the Phoenix. Vincent drives, cradles, what a shot! It must have been blocked. It looked like it was going to release off the glass better than it did. And he'll take a trip to the line to shoot 2. That's on Carter. The 4th is the team on Atchison. Trey's first free throw is nothing but net. As even in the girls' game, Isabel, is especially later on in the game in the second half, our boys are shooting the ball really well. Our girls shot the ball well as Trey misses the second. That's my bad. But they're liking this gym, and they're favoring these rims.
Yeah, it's definitely something I've noticed as well. We have shot very well, and it's been fun.
Ball's lost underneath. Barrett Heston and Hudson Baker in on a scrap, and it's picked up. Another steal for Labette. As there was a body bump as the ball trickled out of bounds in front of Atchison's student section. It'll stay with Labette County, though. Back in the game, a starter, Bowen. I think he's the one with 2 fouls. He's been sitting on the bench since the first 4 minutes of the contest. Vincent to inbound, gives it to his fellow PG, Griffin Eaton. He'll walk it up. Double fist is the play call. High post, Baker, right elbow, catches it. Gives it back to the point guard. Bad pass intercepted. Here comes Atchison. Left-hand layup. Good. That's an athletic steal and finish in transition from Simon Rowley.
This is kind of, at some point Atchison's going to kind of try to reclaim this game, and they're kind of pushing for that now. So Labette County has to stand strong here. They can't collapse.
A crucial 2:30. I agree, Isabel. Labette, its lead cut to 4. Atchison getting amped up on defense. Labette perhaps a little bit more tight. Baker playing with 2 fouls, top of the key. Phillips comes off a Vincent screen. Backdoor Baker, reverse, good. That's beautiful.
And that's how you beat that down low defense there, is draw your man out, run underneath, and that was a great feed from Phillips to Baker for that reverse.
Hudson's got 10, a foul on the floor, and that'll be a 1-and-1 to the line for Rowley. Off the bench for Coach Battle's crew. 8th as a team, I guess, as that's the first on Griff. Hudson will sit perhaps for the final 2:02. We'll see what coach elects to do. In the game for Atchison, number 23, Eric Smith III. He's a sophomore. Isn't the most seasoned Atchison squad for the number 1 team in Sub-State, which is a scary thing, more so than it is not. A young crew hanging in that number 1 seed. The front end is in and out, and then the putback is good by Smith. The ball suspended in the air as it rattled in and out of the iron, and Phillips left the ground at the wrong time. That is just unfortunate how that ball left the rim. Hernandez picks it away, scores, and this ball game, it's a 2-point game, my bad. 25-23, Labette is up 2. Smith with the bucket. Here's Vincent, backdoor pass intercepted, out and running. Coach might call a timeout. Hernandez ties it. We'll see what Argabright elects to do. Play on, says the head coach. He has it stripped, stolen away, rally the other way, and Atchison is up 2. A full timeout from Coach Argabright. Atchison flipping the script in a hurry. On their home floor, 27-25, Phoenix on top, 1:10, first half. We'll be back in 60 on KLKC.
My name is Bria, and I'm a pharmacist at Bowen Pharmacy. I'm here today to tell you about one of our patient programs, Meds to Beds. Bowen Pharmacy South is located in the medical office building at Labette Health. Our staff works closely with the doctors, nurses, and social care workers to ensure that your transition out of the hospital is an easier and more convenient experience for you and your loved ones. If you are having inpatient or outpatient surgery, we will get your medications directly from your doctor and deliver them right to your hospital bed. If you are having a baby, we will get your medications or anything else that you may need to get your family home without the hassle of making several stops along the way. Whether you're here for a few hours or a few days, we are here at Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South to help get you well without any interruption in transition of care. Just ask for Meds to Beds. At Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South, we are here for you today and we are here for you tomorrow.
Labette County down 2, as they were never really up by a wide margin, but it was hovering around 5-7 all first half, and Atchison created loads of turnovers, and they get another one here. They are sprinting up and down. They score on the other end. That's Rowley. He's up to 6 now. As we have a travel on Labette County, and it's just unraveling. But amidst all this, Isabel, you're only down 4 with 35 seconds to go in the half.
Yeah, and you don't want to just lay over and let them score another 2 to 4 points here. You want to be able to defend, and at least have a good taste in your mouth going into the halftime locker room.
Labette had been in control. Still plenty of time to get back in the driver's seat. Atchison very well will hold for the final shot of the second quarter. Now they go. Hernandez drives, shoots, misses. Well-contested shot and a foul going the other way on the Phoenix. I think they get Hernandez, and they do on a push. As if you just tuned in a minute ago before Atchison started their raid, you would think we were down big. But we have the ball, only down 4 with 15 seconds to go in the half. You score here, it's a one-possession game inside that locker room. Coach Argabright tells Trey to pick up the pace. He's got to go. 7 seconds. Phillips, right wing. Pick and roll Baker. Not quite there. Threw it behind him a little bit. Half-court shot for Atchison. Oh, it almost fell. But your halftime score, Atchison 29, Labette County 25. Atchison ended the half on an 8-0 run, if I'm not mistaken. 10 minutes is running for the halftime break. We're going to step aside for 3 minutes and come back with the Eye Care Associates of Parsons, Doctors Gilmore, Newland, and Ray halftime show. of Parsons, Doctors Gilmore, Newland, and Ray halftime show of Grizzly basketball. We're live from Atchison, Kansas. Jack Leak with you, along with Isabel Redford and Lucas Hayward on the YouTube live stream on KLKC Sports on YouTube is the channel. Labette County trails Atchison 29-25 at the break. Isabel, it was 25-21 with maybe 2 minutes to go, a little less, maybe right around 2 minutes in that second quarter, and Atchison got a lot of steals, 3 or 4 in a row, scored off every one of them in transition.
Yeah, they did. They did such a good job of playing. They looked just so much more like, like you'd expect the number one team in the state to play. They just, anytime they got the steal, they were just having their way with Labette County kind of at the top of the keys. They were just giving our guards fits with even trying to get something started as far as an offensive play or anything like that. And so it was just very interesting. I know Coach Arkerbright's going to try to fire him up, and, he expects more out of him, which is what you're supposed to do as a coach. But it's just something where, Atchison is just dominating on all fronts right now as far as not letting you. And they're just so good. I mean, they move at full speed and make those layups flawlessly. Each of them have just that nice touch, that kiss off the backboard where they're not, they're doing what good teams do well and just being able to run the transition and not being able to kind of let you catch your breath. So that's kind of where Atchison's holding the Grizzlies right now. And so they're going to just have to figure out, how do we respond to this? We're only down 4. And, we can't have a pity party for ourselves. We have to, continue to go with this and see see what happens, because they definitely are still in contention to win this game.
Atchison went on a 14-3 run to close out the final 3 minutes and 50 seconds of the half, where Labette led 22-15 after Xavier Phillips knocked down a left elbow jumper to put us up 7 with 3:49 to go. And then Atchison just kind of found their rhythm on offense as well as defense and caused those turnovers to pile up quickly on Labette County. 4:30 till the beginning of the third quarter. You're listening to the Eye Care Associates of Parsons halftime show. Leading scorers for both teams, it's that time. Hudson Baker had 10. He is the only player in double figures that we've seen on the floor tonight from either team. Hudson, even whenever he's caught it and hasn't been in position, has scored.
Yeah.
He made a fader that was awkward from about 6-8 feet. He shot a short corner jumper there on the right side of the basket, hit a reverse layup. Hudson's looked athletic. He's looked like a matchup problem for Atchison. They have the length to match it. They don't have really anyone Hudson's size, but they have the length to bother him a little bit. But he seems more athletic than them.
Yes.
He's been hard for them to guard.
Yeah.
Other scores for Labette County, Kagan Bates had 8. He hit back-to-back three-pointers in that first quarter amidst that big Labette County burst off the bus to begin this game. Eaton had 2, Phillips had 4, and Trey Vincent had 1. For Atchison, a lot of those steals and long cherry-pick passes resulted in them having 7 different scores here this evening in the first half. No one scored more than 6, but 2 of them scored right at it. Hernandez and Rowley each had 6. Carter and Greenlee each had 5. Purdy had 3. And Smith the third and Richards each had 2. At the end of the first quarter, it was Labette County 14, Atchison 9. And then Atchison responded the way good teams do with a 20-point second quarter compared to Labette County's 11. This has been your Eye Care Associates of Parsons halftime show, brought to you by Doctors Gilmore, Newland, and Ray. We're going to go ahead and take a 2-minute break and come back with our closing thoughts of the halftime show and the beginning of the third quarter. Atchison starts the third quarter with the basketball and up by 4 on Labette County. They're with it. Play is underway. 20 seconds into the third quarter from Atchison. Carter was a pest early on, shoots one behind the backboard, or was it blocked? Nope, he just shot it behind the backboard. It'll be Labette County ball. Here comes Griffey. That was a big stop. Step number 1 is complete. Step number 2, chip away at that small lead. Matthew Boyle back in the game, playing with 2 fouls, as is Hudson, who catches it. He'll kick it. Phillips corner, whipping it around the horn, left side. Boyle backdoors, it's not there. Eaton over the top, gets by 1, 2 defenders. Oh, man, that was probably one of the more easy and one opportunities the seniors ever had in front of him. They're not even going to say he was in the motion of shooting.
Yeah, as that would have been more painful had the ball had gone in, because he would have called off the shot.
Inbounds play it is for Labette. Phillips, now Baker with post position, and they're going to call an armbar push on Greenlee. That's every time. Throw it right to him. I don't know why Purdy isn't on Hudson. Purdy looks 4 inches shorter than Hudson. The rest are 6, 7, 8 inches shorter.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they're not doing that, but that is an interesting matchup.
Throw it to the outlet. Vinson straight away in line with the rim. Greenlee still on Hudson. Stalling is Vinson, cradling with the left and right palms. Phillips now. Still well beyond the arc, looks to penetrate a little bit. Ball has yet to go inside the three-point stripe. Now it does in the paint. Baker, right elbow, 1 dribble retreat. Boyle backdoor, and the pass was too firm. Boyle wasn't quite ready for the bullet. Hudson threw his way. Here come the Phoenix, looking to add on to their largest lead of the game. 4. 6:30, third quarter. Here's a long from Purdy. Off the mark, rebound Xavier. Trey eyeing down his competition. It's Carter, one-on-one with him. Baker flashes, and now they have Purdy on him. That's a little bit better matchup that makes more sense for Atchison. Boyle's pass is tipped and stolen away. Argabright frustratingly sits down. Carter drives into the chest of Vinson, and a block is called on Trey. First on Trey, first on Labette County this half. Off the inbounds, back in is the starter Bowen. He's going to let a 3 rip from the right side, short. Rebound Xavier, back-to-back possession. Xavier's got a board. Here's Trey with the blow-by, leans, misses. Baker flirting with the third. Long pass up ahead. Hernandez scores.
As this was something they did to us at the end of the second quarter, was just those open transition plays, and that's not good for them.
Another pass goes in and out of the hands of Matthew Boyle. Here's Carter. As you could go down as much as 8 or 9 on this possession. Greenlee goes into Baker. Can't score, goes up again and scores. Turnovers. They're just ripping it right out of our hands.
Yeah.
Or if that's not happening, we're just not being able to catch it. They're going to go to Baker, deep post. He'll score. Thank you. As Baker easily scores it.
As when Baker fully posts his man up, he is wide open.
Yeah.
And that may be what Labette County needs.
As the referee mistakenly heard Coach Battle of Atchison, the ref blew his whistle and said, "Did you call a timeout?" And he said, "No, I was saying you're doing a good job." And they both exchanged laughs, and plays back underway. That happens every once in a while. Carter will drive, cradle, blocked by Phillips, tipped out. Boyle wasn't ready, but Baker, what a play, tips it forward to Boyle. He'll miss, Phillips follow, yes. Hudson Baker initiated that entire sequence with the tip out in front. A 3-pointer off the mark for Atchison. Baker's tip this time goes in the hands of Bowen, wide open, got it. his first score of the game. 7-point lead for Atchison. 4:10 third quarter. Pick and roll, and it's stolen. Purdy with the dunk, the right hand throwdown, gets his fellow classmates on their feet throughout the gymnasium. A 9-point Atchison lead. Vincent, right wing three, is good with the answer. As I figured Coach Argerbright would call a timeout there if we scored, as that's a big answer from Xavier Phillips, as if you don't score there, it could go to 40-29, but instead it's 38-32. 3:47 third quarter from Atchison. Labette down just 6, playing defense out of the break. We'd like to thank Labette Health for making tonight's trip and broadcast to Atchison possible. A few other sponsors for tonight's broadcast of Labette County Grizzly basketball include the following:
Labette Community College, Forbes Hoffman Funeral Home, Commercial Clemens Insurance Agency, Labette Health, Woodworth Enterprises, Herman Lumber, Carson Wall Funeral Homes, Commercial Bank, Eye Care Associates of Parsons, Labette Bank, the Bartlett Co-op, Labette Center for Mental Health Services, Community National Bank, Tank Connection, Wood Insurance Center, the Unified School District of USD 506, the Corner Store of Altamont, Day and Zimmerman, and SCK Orthopedic.
A 6-point Atchison advantage. Isabel, when Labette doesn't turn it over, it's our game to lose.
Yeah.
But when we do turn it over, this is what happens, deficits.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Atchison is a team that capitalizes so well on the turnovers, the steals, the getting in the passing lane, and running it back to the other end of the floor. So Labette is just basically feeding them exactly what they want.
Hernandez maintains the ball on this possession, dribbling slowly. Turning time off the clock, 3:30 and counting in the third quarter. Just 3 combined whistles blown, or fouls called rather, in this third quarter. Hernandez tries to get a man to bite, isn't there. Greenlee, hard contested 3, missed. Good defense for Matthew Boyle beyond the arc. Matthew pulls it down in the corner, and it's tipped out by Hernandez. His pass to Phillips stays with the Grizzlies. They get it in quickly. Eaton gets his man to bite, tries to go score but can't do it. Vincent working on Carter. Baker still posting. He's got to get out of the paint, and does. Boyle drives with the left. Phillips will try. He'll get a little bit better position. He'll adjust and hit, and Labette's within 4.
That's what you're exactly right. They just got to continue to score because they run good offense when they keep their heads set and not let Atchison run away with just free points, basically. So they're doing a good job. They just got to stick with it.
This is a Labette team. Greenlee misses off the glass. A Labette team whose record is not in parallel with what their ceiling and potential can be. Vincent off a pick and roll, not there. Wants to go one-on-one with Carter and traveled before the pass to Phillips. Kagan Bates checks in for Matthew Boyle. The spark plug for Labette that we needed in the first quarter after Matthew picked up his second. Really nice minutes there from Matthew, though. (38-34) Phoenix, 2:15 third quarter. It's been a fun night, Isabel. That Lady Grizzlies game was one we will remember forever. Here's a drive from Carter, short one missed. Eaton fighting, and I think it's going to be out on Atchison, and it will be Labette County ball as Greenlee jumped in the air and kind of used Phillips as a boost to get even higher and tried to bounce it off of Phillips. Didn't work. Two minutes and counting now. Deficit is what it was at halftime, 4 points. No harm, no foul, but Labette's going to have to take the lead at some point, and here's a steal. Atchison all the way up ahead, scores. That's been a common phrase, Isabel.
Yeah, as it's, again, we've seen, when they're in a set offense, they don't score as easily, but it's those runaway transition offense points and steals that have led to Atchison scoring so many points here tonight.
Eaton on the left wing wanted the pick and roll with Phillips, but it just quite wasn't to his liking. Here's Bates off the pick and roll of his own with Baker, not there. Phillips gets it off of a slip and scores. Now Xavier Phillips comes into play, and Atchison has another problem to deal with, but Labette has to limit the turnovers.
Exactly. This game would either be there up or way closer if they could just limit even 3 of those turnovers.
And Atchison has been credit for most of them, but there were a couple earlier in the third quarter where the passes just went in and out of our hands.
Yeah.
A 3-pointer from Hernandez off the mark. They struggle to score in a half-court set.
Exactly.
You're right.
That's what I was saying, is that they're not very many of their points have come from that.
40 seconds, third quarter. Labette with another chance to get within 1 possession. Eaton gets a man on his hip. Richards back in the game for the Phoenix. Baker beyond the 3-point line in the corner. Eaton right wing. I think we're holding for 1 shot, and we are. Phillips being worked on firmly by Greenlee well beyond the arc. We can't turn it over here, and we just about did. Baker underneath off the flip from Bates, and a foul is called on Richards. 2 free throws for Hudson approaching. Hudson's at 12 points tonight, looking for 13 and 14 at this trip. His first free throws. Hits the first one. This is just Labette's 4th free throw, what Hudson is about to shoot. We've only shot 3 tonight. Atchison has only shot 7. Hudson buries both of them. That is huge. This stop would be even bigger. 15 seconds and counting. Labette's only down 2. This is not purely anything other than momentum at this point.
Yeah.
This possession does not determine the game, but it determines momentum. Carter, little bit of penetration. Up, under, near travel, backside block, layup's good. Oh well, the deficit is exactly what it was at halftime, 4 points. It was an even match in that third quarter from both these teams, 42-38. Fourth quarter coming up in 1 minute. This is Grizzly Basketball on KLKC.
My name is Bria, and I'm a pharmacist at Bowen Pharmacy. I'm here today to tell you about one of our patient programs, Meds to Beds. Bowen Pharmacy South is located in the medical office building at Labette Health. Our staff works closely with the doctors, nurses, and social care workers to ensure that your transition out of the hospital is an easier and more convenient experience for you and your loved ones. If you are having inpatient or outpatient surgery, we will get your medications directly from your doctor and deliver them right to your hospital bed. If you are having a baby, we will get your medications or anything else that you may need to get your family home without the hassle of making several stops along the way. Whether you're here for a few hours or a few days, we are here at Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South to help get you well without any interruption in transition of care. Just ask for Meds to Beds. At Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South, we are here for you today and we are here for you tomorrow.
Labette maintains possession for the first play of the 4th and final stand, live from Atchison, Kansas. Jack Leak, Isabel Redford on the call in what we hope to be a sweeping victory of the Phoenix. Here's Eaton, pick and roll, step back, didn't like it. Phillips with a deep 3, in and out, Baker there. He'll tip it out to Vincent, but unintentionally. Man, Phillips almost buried that 30-footer. Phillips nearly travels, finds Baker, and Bates loses it in the corner off the awkward pass from Baker. Meanwhile, in Parsons, it is all knotted up at 36 apiece with 4.5 minutes to go in the third quarter between Parsons and Independence. 7:15 to go in our contest as Carter nearly got what would have been a big and one, but he'll have to settle for 2 free throws and no basket. Let's see who they get. That's only the second foul as a team on Labette. That's the second on Griff. (42-38) Atchison, 7:12 fourth quarter. Carter's first free throw of 2 is good. He's got 6 points tonight, Carter. Their leading scorers, Greenlee with 11. Carter's second's perfect. 44-38, Labette trails with 7 minutes to go, Isabel. Sounds familiar.
Yes.
Vincent drives, shot off the glass is a no, but the foul is a yes, and Trey will shoot 2 more.
As Labette County just has to keep it close, keep pushing, and at some point they're going to have to overcome the deficit.
Trey's first free throw finds its home. That's the bottom of the net. 44-39, the score goes back. That's the second on Richards. Or they took it off, maybe it wasn't on Richards, as Trey makes the second. Trey's at 6 points. Atchison only has 14 fouls this half compared to Labette's 2. So a few more and we're at the stripe each time. Richards defended by Phillips. An awkward shot is no good. It was a good open look for Richards, just didn't fall. Phillips, they want to throw it to Baker. Grizzly Nation urging Phillips to give it to Hudson. Eaton might do it. He'll force it to him as Hudson kind of got tripped up a little bit. Bit of a force by Griff, though. In the corner, an instant impact in that second quarter late was Rowley. They needed him to get back in it prior to halftime. Carter, though, back with it. Phillips almost created the jump ball. An up and under is missed, and then a travel prior to the shot on Rowley.
As Labette County is just kind of keeping it within striking distance here, as Atchison kind of keeps wanting to break it open. But Labette County just kind of keeping it at that 4-point deficit.
Just kind of hang around and put the pressure on him at the right time. 6 minutes and counting. Not much movement. Trey Vincent dribbling, driving. Shot off the glass is good! Big shot from TV.
As now you need to stop here. You do not want the lead to grow anymore.
Bates scrappy on Bowen. Nearly got the steal. Rowley continuing the ball movement. A three-pointer is off the mark. Baker flying in. Skywalker snatching the ball out of the air. For the tie or the lead, Vincent left hand kiss. No good! Oh man, that went in and out.
As you would say, that would have counted in an arcade, as that was just so close there for Vincent.
Working hard on Baker and scoring over Baker is Richards. He's a pretty good ball player, Jace Richards. Timeout, Coach Battle. He hasn't called too many of those. His team is up 4. Labette will have the ball when we come back. 5 minutes remains. We'll talk to you in 30 seconds on KLKC.
With many years of combined experience, Eye Care Associates of Parsons has set the framework in providing comprehensive eye health examinations for all ages and routine vision care for families throughout the 4-state area. Our optometrists and staff provide remarkable care with state-of-the-art technology to help with diagnosis and management of eye health conditions. Give us a call or visit our website to schedule your next eye exam. Eye Care Associates of Parsons. Experience modern eye care.
46-42, Atchison on top of Labette County with 5:06 to go. Labette will have the basketball. Just moments ago they cut it to a deuce, but Jace Richards responded with a nice fader of his own. Isabel, talk to me what you've seen from this Labette County crew.
They definitely, much like our girls, they're not giving up. They're battling. While their deficit wasn't as much to overcome, they're still definitely putting in the work. And they've cut down recently on those turnovers, so hopefully that will continue to be the case.
Ball is inbounded. 5 minutes has surpassed. Griff Eaton switches left to right, gives it to Trey Vincent. Also on the floor is Hudson, Xavier, and Kagan. Dump down. Baker is doubled. He'll still try to work. He'll lose it at his feet. Lean, and he's fouled as Grizzly Nation was going to go ballistic. There is no way that foul's on the floor. Okay. All right. As Coach Argerbright kept holding 2 fingers in the air because the ref never signaled if it was 2 shots or on the floor. As 2 Phoenix players having a word with an official, wanting a travel on Baker. As Coach Battle was arguing for a travel as well. First free throw for Hudson is good. Labette County has came in here and frustrated Atchison.
Yes, they have.
The fans, their own teammates, the coaches, the bench.
Yeah, the months of road games have really prepared them for this moment.
Yeah. As it's 2 hard teams to prepare for because they're better than their records.
Yeah.
Or at least they're potentially much, much better than their records on any given night. He misses the second. Rebound Atchison. 46-43 Phoenix. 4:30 to go in the contest. Here's a slip, and that's going to be a foul plus the bucket. You could kind of see that coming before it even happened. Purdy scores plus the foul.
As he can be a very explosive player at times, and we've seen that several times of him playing that on defense, but there you just kind of saw him going to take it with no hesitation.
Purdy converts the 3-point play. That's the second on Xavier Phillips. Purdy's up to 8 points. 49-43, and man, 6 feels like a lot right now. Griff's going to drive, shoot a deep floater, and is fouled as he came back down to the ground, as that's 16 fouls on Atchison, and I believe that's going to go on Bowen. Or no, on Hernandez. That's his third. Two big free throws here for Griff, his first trip tonight. First free throw is good. Matthew Boyle checks in for Kagan Bates. This would get it back to 4. Should Griff make it? Griff's second is good as well. Coach Argerbright calls in, I think, a zone.
Yeah, it looks like it. It looks like they're going to go into a 2-3 zone here, as those free throws were huge from Griffin. As again, you keep 4 points here now in striking distance.
Atchison kind of figuring out how to punch this zone. They could be taking threes, but they're just pulling it down. Here's a wide open 3, and it's no good. Rebound fought for, and it'll trickle down the body of Purdy and land out of bounds. Labette County back with the ball. Argerbright with the fist pump as he makes eye contact with his assistant coaches. 3:40 to go. Labette down 4 with the ball. Just got a good defensive stop. Phillips, a couple down screens are set. Eaton, left wing. It was a set play for a 3, and then a foul on Bowen as he hit the deck hard, and Labette County's getting some whistles, and it'll be 1-1 for Griffin Eaton. This is huge. Labette just has 3 team fouls.
Yeah, and so they've got fouls to give, but on the contrary, Atchison's not going to want to foul, because anytime that happens, clock stops, Labette County gets a chance to continue to close that gap.
That's the third on Bowen. Griff's front end is good. That's big. I'm telling you, that's big. Lead back to 3. Eaton to make it a 2-point lead for Atchison. Got it. Argerbright wasn't even watching him.
I wouldn't be able to watch either.
He cracks me up. I feel like I'm looking in the mirror when I look down at Argerbright watching a basketball game. 49-47 Atchison. Labette on a little 4-0 spurt. Hernandez. Labette still in that zone. Oh, my goodness. What's going on? Xavier Phillips is over here talking to Argerbright on the bench. Hernandez misses a 3. Hudson with the board. I don't know what Xavier was doing, but it just scared me a lot. Labette County has the ball. Vinson, right wing 3 for the lead. Short, rebound Hernandez. In the middle of that play.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't even think Coach Argerbright knows.
Xavier ran over to Argerbright going, I need a towel, I need a towel. And I don't see any blood on him or anyone. I do not know what he just did. 2:40 to go. Atchison back with the ball. 49-47 lead to the Phoenix. They're just stalling. 2-3 zone for Labette. Labette's going to have to pressure the ball. I
Yeah,
mean, they're going to literally stand there for the rest of the game.
Yeah. I mean, why wouldn't you? You're up 2.
Just play and catch are the point guards for the Phoenix. Argabright's saying just keep burning clock, and now they're going, I think. Now they're pressing the ball a little bit. We have, yeah, that's right. I heard a fan say here, we have 4 fouls to give. Now they're pressing the ball, Hernandez, and after that long sequence, Coach Battle calls a timeout. With 1:54 to go in the game, Atchison leads Labette by 2. Atchison will still maintain possession when we return in 60 seconds on KLKC.
My name is Bria, and I'm a pharmacist at Bowen Pharmacy. I'm here today to tell you about one of our patient programs, Meds to Beds. Bowen Pharmacy South is located in the medical office building at Labette Health. Our staff works closely with the doctors, nurses, and social care workers to ensure that your transition out of the hospital is an easier and more convenient experience for you and your loved ones. If you are having inpatient or outpatient surgery, we will get your medications directly from your doctor and deliver them right to your hospital bed. If you are having a baby, we will get your medications or anything else that you may need to get your family home without the hassle of making several stops along the way. Whether you're here for a few hours or a few days, we are here at Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South to help get you well without any interruption in transition of care. Just ask for Meds to Beds. At Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South, we are here for you today and we are here for you tomorrow.
(49-47) Labette in a very small deficit. 1:45 left in the game. Clock is running. Atchison has the ball. Still just burning time, but Labette pressing the ball much harder than they were before that timeout. Labette fans wanted a 5-second violation as Griff was defending Carter, but no whistle signaled in. 90 seconds. Labette has 3 fouls to give. I mean, start going for a jump ball here.
They'll call it.
Carter, I think they're wanting Atchison to try to go score.
Yeah, but they're not going to.
1:15, we've got to go for a jump ball.
Yeah, I mean, either that or like what just happened there is drawing the foul. I mean, they can't, Atchison will just dribble out the rest of this game clock if they're not going to do anything.
As we would have fouled if Coach Argerbright wanted us to. So it could be one of those plays where sometimes when there's a certain amount of time left in a game, you'd rather there be less time than there is sometimes. So Atchison doesn't have as many opportunities. Carter's going to drive, and we elect to still not foul. I think we're wanting Atchison to try to go score.
Yeah, but they're not doing that.
Well, yeah, they won't. As Trey is going to foul Purdy. That's Trey's 3rd and the team's 5th. Atchison set to inbound again. Purdy throws it to Carter, defended by Griff. Griff defending him. Skip pass. And a foul's called on Kagan Bates. Man, I'm telling you, I think we've burned 2 minutes. They've had the ball 2 minutes.
At least, yeah.
I'm just trying to.
As Matthew Boyle's going to check in for Hudson.
Yeah, they've had the ball for about 2 minutes even as they get it in. Labette trying to get after it, but not enough for a foul to be called. As, man, you got a foul.
Yeah.
As now it's going to be 1-1 for Atchison with 34 seconds to go. So now is there almost too little time left to play the free throw game. As now the variance can't be as great as if there was 90 seconds left. Kagan Bates sits for Labette County. On the floor to finish out the game, potentially, is Griff Eaton, Xavier Phillips, Matthew Boyle, Trey Vinson, and Hudson Baker. All starters on the floor. Front end of the 1-and-1 is made by Purdy. I'm curious. I'm not doubting it in any shape. I'm just curious what the approach was from Coach Argerbright in terms of the foul, not foul. He misses the second, but they get the rebound. That is a heart in the chest and twisted multiple times. Back block. Richards is blocked by Baker, but a foul is called. Baker looks sideways at the official and shakes it off. Two free throws for Richards. That's not a great sequence. Anytime late in the game, whenever you give up a offensive rebound off of a missed free throw, that usually loses teams' games.
Yeah.
Come on. Richards finally gets the ball. 2 dribbles. It's dead quiet in here. He'll miss the first. 23 seconds to go in the game. 50-47 Atchison.
As this is a huge box out situation for Labette's defense.
Richards' second free throw is good, and Coach Battle calls a quick 30-second timeout. 51-47 Atchison in front. With 23 seconds to go, Isabel, it's just 30. We'll keep it here. Labette was in control early. Doesn't matter anymore. Didn't matter at halftime as we were down 4.
Yeah.
Battled. We scored the same amount of points as them, 13 in the third quarter. And it's just been kind of like a little mound that we just haven't had enough gas to get over it and coast down.
Yeah, that's kind of what I felt too. Is it's just this constant uphill battle. We'll get within 4, we'll get within 2, and then Atchison just bam, bam, right back. And so, yeah, it's just a difficult situation to overcome, and I'm not quite sure the clock management there at the end, but that may have been Labette County's downfall as far as not getting moving quick enough and missing that offensive rebound on the other end.
Right.
Really hurt the Grizzlies because now they're down 4 with 23 seconds to go.
An empty possession, and it's over. As Labette, the last time they had the ball, there was about 2 minutes and 45 seconds on the clock. It's been a while. Phillips catch and shoot 3, too short. Rebound Hernandez. Oh, he lost it out of bounds. It'll stay with the Grizzlies as he never truly had firm control of it, but it was his rebound to lose, certainly, and he lost it. Timeout, Coach Argerbright. We will take this one with them. 11 seconds left, down 4. We'll be back in 30 seconds on KLKC.
With many years of combined experience, Eye Care Associates of Parsons has set the framework in providing comprehensive eye health examinations for all ages and routine vision care for families throughout the 4-state area. Our optometrists and staff provide remarkable care with state-of-the-art technology to help with diagnosis and management of eye health conditions. Give us a call or visit our website to schedule your next eye exam. Eye Care Associates of Parsons. Experience modern eye care.
Welcome back, Grizzly fans, to Atchison, Kansas. Jack Leake, Isabel Redford on the call. Lucas Hayward manning the iPad on the YouTube live stream on KLKC Sports. I'd like to thank nearly 100 of you for tuning in for the final 11 seconds of play as Atchison had the ball with 2 minutes and 40 seconds left. And this possession that you're listening to right now, where Labette County has the ball, is the first time they've had it since Atchison had it at that mark. They go to Baker. You got to score here. Phillips, left wing. I mean, you got to go. Phillips puts up a floater, misses it. Rebound Richards. That'll do it. Did they call a travel on Richards?
Yeah, they did.
As I think he thought Labette was just going to harass him.
Yeah.
And so he just kind of, fell with the hump or the pile. Here's a bounce pass to Baker. Clock runs, and it's over. Labette loses 51-47, a game that Coach Argerbright would tell you, even though we never led, it was our game to lose. Labette County very well could be victorious right now. No blame upon anyone. No one. Atchison played really well and obviously well enough to win it, forced those turnovers, and hurt Labette County before half, and they're in a stretch in that third quarter. Labette County was down 4 at half, and they lose it by 4. We'll be back in 30 seconds. I'll tally up a few things, and we'll have a quick Bowen Pharmacy post-game show before we get on the road. As we welcome you in, Grizzly Nation, to our Bowen Pharmacy post-game show of Grizzly basketball. Labette loses it 51-47 to the number 1 team in sub-state of the East region. As I talked to Coach Argerbright before the game, it's a long drive, and I said, Coach, you wanting to join us or you wanting to just get on the road? And he just kind of laughed, and he said, if we win, I'm coming up, and if we lose, I'm not. And they lost, but they did play well, so he can always come up, but I doubt he will. He told me he wouldn't if they lost. Just simply, he always comes up when they lose, but I asked because it was such a long road trip, so I'm sure they want to get on the road as soon as possible. Hudson Baker led the way with 15 points for Labette County. Another scorer in double figures was Xavier Phillips with a quiet 10 points. He had a big impact in that third quarter on the glass. Kaga Bates had 8, all of those in the first half. He sparked Labette County's big run to open the game. Griff Eaton had 6. Trey Vinson had 8. So just 5 scorers for Labette County, but they all were able to put up a combined 47. For Atchison, they scored 51. Leading the way was Greenlee with 11. It was Hernandez with 8, Purdy with 9, Carter with 7, Rowley with 7, Richards with 5, Bowen with 3, and Smith the third with 2. Isabel will keep this one tight, and short rather, is got a long drive home, and it's nearing 9 o'clock. But your initial thoughts? I thought we played really well and very easily could have won tonight's contest.
Yeah, I definitely think that's a huge testament to these guys. Is it can be easy to come in here and get beat by 20, 30 points because it's like, oh, they're the number 1 team in the state. Oh, we don't really have a chance. It's 3.5 hour drive. I just want to sleep in tomorrow and move on with my life. And they didn't do that. They played very well, especially the way that they got off at the start. I mean, it's unfortunate that they didn't end up with the win tonight, but you can't be upset because I saw them play a lot better than we've seen in the past few games where they have still ended up losing, but I just felt like overall this game left a better taste in my mouth than those previous games because they didn't just lay over and let the game get away from them. Atchison is just a really good ball club. They're phenomenal in the transition offense, and I think that's really where we fell tonight. We held them well defensively in the half-court sets. We held them well when they weren't out in a fast break transition, and so those things you have to be happy with. They just got in your head with the steals. They got, when they would have a breakaway layup or something, I mean, they were going to make it every single time, and that's where we really let the game slip away from us. So other than that, I'm very happy with how they performed tonight.
Box score totals for you at the end of the first quarter. It was Labette on top 14-9, and for what felt like a while, that lead hovered around 5, and then in the final 3 minutes, Atchison went on a 14-3 run, I believe it was, or 14-2 run to close out the half and give themselves a 29-25 lead at the break. Labette County was outscored in that second quarter 11-20. In that third quarter, each team scored 13, and in the fourth quarter, each team scored 9. So it was an even 22-22 contest in that second half. Labette County had it, and then they just let it slip away on the road. As I can't quite tell if the Parsons Independence game is over or not, I don't think it is. So head on over to that broadcast on KLKC Radio Vikings Sports or 93.5 on the radio and support Scott Marlowe and Tony Fuentes calling that Vikings game. The Vikings game as they lead Independence by 4 in the closing moments of that one in Parsons. But for now, for Jack Leak, or for Isabel Redford and Lucas Hayward, my name's Jack Leak. Thank you, Grizzly Nation, for supporting us on another evening of Labette County Grizzly basketball. The Lady Grizzlies win it 62-59 in a thriller. They were down by 19 in the first half, while the Guy Grizzlies fall by 4 on the road. We'll talk to you on Tuesday when we return back home in Harrison Gymnasium and take on and get another crack at those Pittsburgh Purple Dragons. Have a great night, everybody, and if you're driving home from Atchison, continue to drive safely. We'll talk to you on Tuesday at 5:45 for the Tank Connection pregame show. And as always, God bless.